Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, look, hold on. I'll mute you there, segment. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Unlimited Truth. We're gonna have a fantastic show for you guys tonight, as we talk about the the game awards, snubbing Xbox, Hogwarts Legacy, Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield, Forza, the whole great lineup they had this year, right? So we're gonna talk about it all, and but from his own request, I'm going to start by passing the mic to my brother E Rock X, the artist formerly known as E Rock. Introduce yourself and how about this? You get things kicked off. Let me hear what's on your mind tonight. Just kick off the show.
Hey guys, this is E-Rock X. This is the Unlimited Truth podcast, and right now the Unlimited Truth is needed more than ever in these gaming streets. That was the shortest monologue ever. I think that shit clocked in like 10 seconds. But hey, listen, we are glad that everybody could join us tonight. Tuck Master, I see Dia here, I see Zinc. So I want to get started with something that Unlimited showed me in the chat 2 days ago, the former Exile podcast chat. And of course, it's November, late November. Everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. Everybody's getting ready to be with their families and enjoy this wonderful time of the year. And as always around this time of year, can you guys hear me? No echo, no issue?
Loud and clear.
As always, this time of the year, man, as we get ready to enjoy the holidays and we get deep in gaming and, about to cook our turkeys and travel on these highways and byways to be with our loved ones. As always, we get that gift that keeps on giving from our good friend Geoff Keighley, who, as always, turns up with the inevitability of a sexually transmitted disease or an unloved season. Every year, this guy comes to be what I call a disruptor in gaming. He is not a gamer. He is not a guy who loves gaming. He is not a guy who promotes gaming. 364 days out of the year, I never see Geoff Keighley playing any games. I don't see any YouTube videos or interviews with him hyping up a game. But this guy returns the end of November or mid-November to give his nominations for Game of the Year for his yearly Game Awards show, which I haven't watched in over a decade. I don't know how long it's been on, but I know I watched it 1 year, years ago, and I stopped right then and there. Okay. So Unlimited Production has up the nominees for Game of the Year. There is a slight echo. I'm hoping I don't have to close and come back in, but there's a slight echo. Can you guys still hear me?
You said continue.
There's the nominations for Game of the Year. Alan Wake 2 from Remedy, Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios. Of course, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. These are your nominations for Game of the Year, guys. And what I want to throw out there to everybody that's listening, and what I want to throw out there to the panel is, I'm not knocking any of these games. I'm about to, though. But Alan Wake 2, right? That's your choice for Game of the Year. Number one, this game just came out, and I've heard nothing about it. I haven't seen any YouTube. I've seen a few YouTubers playing it, but I haven't heard any hype. I haven't heard any discussion. I haven't heard anything. Baldur's Gate 3. There's been a few YouTube videos, but I haven't heard any discussion. I haven't heard any hype. Haven't heard anything. Resident Evil 4. They played it. It came and it went. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. People on the Nintendo side played it, enjoyed it. It came and it went. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, their big release of the year. People played it. It came and went. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Mired in controversy. Bugs, flying around as a cube. And not only that, but progressive, woke, and LGBTQ propaganda. I have no idea if you want to push your agenda for your progressive utopia that you want to put on me, Hebot, and everybody else. But making people play it in a video game is a bit much. There's been nothing but complaints about Spider-Man 2's narrative, its missions, its storytelling, and its numerous glitches since it came out 4 or 5 weeks ago. Now, the problem with these Game of the Year nominations, guys, is nowhere in here is Starfield. It is nominated for RPG of the Year, Way down the list, Hi-Fi Rush is nominated for some kind of award. Way down the list, no nominations for Forza. But even more egregious than that, guys, is nowhere on Game of the Year list. Nowhere on the Game of the Year list is Hogwarts. Thank you so much, Unlimited Production. This is why you are the best of the best of the best. You know, had this been the Exile podcast, I would have already had that shit up. But he had it up just as quick. This is why you are the man. Hogwarts Legacy, right? My choice for Game of the Year is nowhere on the list. It's nowhere in the nominated games, Dea. Hogwarts Legacy was all anybody was talking about last February. It killed it in the game charts. It was highly reviewed, and people who played it were blown away. Again, I will reiterate, I will repeat. Hogwarts Legacy is my game of the year. I was blown away by it. I was blown away that this small little company called Portkey Games, which is a subsidiary of Warner Brothers Games, were able to, yeah, there's been Harry Potter games before, Unlimited Production, but nothing like this. Nothing that took us into the lure of Harry Potter. As you guys already know, Unlimited Production and myself are huge fans of the Harry Potter franchise. Myself since 2001, him since recently when he and his girlfriend binge watched all of the movies of last year, which was an incredible feat because there's 8 goddamn movies.
Yeah.
I actually watched the movie since 2001. So as I grew older, from the ages of 31 to 41, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, the kids were growing up with me. So I'm a little bit personally attached to this franchise, Dia, Sega Man, as are millions of others. So when this game came out and accurately depicted everything I saw in the movies, and now I'm in it as a black character, I'm in the game, playing the game and doing the magic and seeing all of this lore, I was blown away. I was blown away, and I was just floored by how much Portkey Games, how much love they put into this game. And you're telling me it doesn't get mentioned at all? It's not nominated for anything? So why is this? So I did a little bit of more digging and found out that earlier this year when the game came out, there was a boycott of Hogwarts Legacy. As you may remember, there was a boycott because millions of people who are pro, pronouns or pro LGBTQ, whatever, were mad at the author J.K. Rowling because of her views. We're not going to get all into politics. We're not going to get all into views. We're not doing that here. This is a gaming podcast. But they got mad at J.K. Rowling for speaking common sense, right? Wanted her banned. They wanted to ban the game. And anyway, the game became a huge hit. It was a cultural phenomenon, just like the movies, and one of the best games I played in a long while since Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Nowhere on this list for Geoff Keighley's Game of the Year show, and I call it Geoff Keighley's Game of the Year show for a reason, because that show is not for us or by us. None of you voted on it. No gamer voted on it. It's been voted on behind closed doors by a committee of Nintendo, Sony, a few journalists, and possibly Microsoft, who are not representative of us. They never have been, and they never will be. If you don't know that by now, you never will, because they pulled the same shit last year with one of the finest games I ever played, A Plague's Tale Requiem Dia, was nowhere in sight. Got nominated for nothing. So Hogwarts Legacy is nowhere in sight. And why is this? Is Geoff Keighley and his voters and his panel afraid to get blowback by having Hogwarts Legacy on this list? Guys, this is an effrontery. This is a slap in the face to every gamer. Yeah, I don't care that you snubbed. I really don't care that you snubbed Starfield for Game of the Year. We knew you were going to do that anyway. Unlimited Production saw this shit months ago. I think back in June, Unlimited Production said, oh, Baldur's Gate. Unlimited Production, if my memory serves me, said, and I quote, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win Game of the Year. He said that. Yeah. I remember. Yep. He said it in June, right? Yep. So I don't even mind all that. I don't mind that y'all snub Starfield because we know that when it comes to Xbox games, they have said it so eloquently 2 months ago to Debotch. They're never going to acknowledge anything Xbox does. Dia is new on the scene. We don't know her like that. We just met her. And she said we all knew that they're never going to acknowledge anything Xbox does. So if you're waiting for that, Xbox gamers, if you're waiting for that acknowledgement and that validation that your games are great, you ain't never going to get it. You ain't never going to get it. So you need to move on and just enjoy gaming. But with that being said, the Starfield snub, the snub of games like Ravenlock, this is an effrontery. This is an effrontery to me. It's an effrontery to everybody who games and anybody who calls himself a gamer. And I get it. I understand that a lot of you didn't play Hogwarts Legacy, and that's fine. But a lot of us did, dear. And that game deserves to be on this list. That game deserves to be on this list probably more so than Baldur's Gate 3, because I haven't even played Baldur's Gate 3, and I can tell you the Hogwarts Legacy is better than it. I ain't played any of them games on the list, and I can tell you that Hogwarts Legacy is better than Alan Wake 2. I ain't played any of them games, and I can tell you that Hogwarts Legacy is better than Mario Sunshine or whatever. Like, how many decades are y'all going to jump on mushrooms and hit King Koopa over the head with a basket? How many years y'all going to do this shit, right? But this Sega Man, this guys, is what we're dealing with. This is what we're going to be dealing with every year. So I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't flustered. But the Hogwarts Legacy snub is a slap in the face to gamers everywhere, because we are not represented by this gaming show. And once again, until we get a show that is for us and by us, and the only people with the power to do this is Microsoft. Microsoft has the power to say, okay, fuck this. We're going to do a gaming show that's voted on by the gamers. We're going to send out ballots online or in magazines, or if you live out in the Ozarks like Tuck, however we can get it to you. If we got to deliver you your ballot by owl, like in Harry Potter, you need to vote on your choice for Game of the Year, and it cannot be voted on behind closed doors by some committee that Geoff Keighley picked. Again, I don't know who this white boy is. I hate his smug face. I hate his dead eyes. I hate his little curly, close-cropped hair. I don't know where he came from. I don't know how this dude was allowed to get this much power in the gaming industry, where he decides what game is going to be the shit each year. And I don't understand how Microsoft sits by and allows this dude to snub you every year. And yeah, I get it. Other Zinc, I get it. Microsoft probably going to do some hot shit, like unveil a trailer or unveil a new console, or Phil Spencer going to do a backflip and show his Corvette at the game. Whatever the fuck he going to do, I get it. But to me, if I was the head of Microsoft, I'd be like, yo, enough of this shit. We don't need these motherfuckers. I don't need to get my shit out there through your format, bro. We can rent a theater. We actually got enough money to rent the Staples Center out. We can rent Madison Square Garden in New York. We're Microsoft, and do a show where we unveil all our trailers that's coming for next year. We don't need the VGAs. Well, the VGAs has reach. Who? Unlimited production. I don't even have cable anymore. So, my dude, I don't even know how to watch the VGAs. Like, if I was high and wanted to have a couple of laughs with my cat, I don't know how to find the VGAs. I don't have cable no more. I don't watch it. I've never seen it. All I know is that in the land I'm playing, if you are an Xbox gamer, like Dia said months ago so eloquently, if you are waiting for the VGAs to give you validation for your purchases, like D-Batch, well, I know Xbox games are great, but I want to get the awards and I want to get all the attention and the VGAs. It ain't gonna happen, bro. So you might as well grow up and just be a gamer and enjoy your games, or get out, bro, and go get a damn PlayStation or Nintendo. Well, E-Rock, if it ain't bothering you, why are you bitching? Because y'all snubbed Hogwarts Legacy, the biggest selling game of 2023, one of the best RPGs made probably in the last, 10 years since Skyrim, and this game got snubbed. If this does not tell y'all that this game show is rigged, if this does not tell y'all that this show is not representative of us, then nothing else will. Thank you.
Absolutely excellent. And I had to put this on screen. Hogwarts Legacy still the best selling game of 2023 at an astounding 15 million copies as of this month.
Wow.
So just to put into perspective how massive of a cultural hit Hogwarts Legacy was.
Unlimited, excuse me, it made $1 billion. That's more than these Hollywood movies are doing now.
Yep. Goggle Post said, and pretty much E-Rock said this to me earlier, Goggle. He said from 2000 to 2010, it was kind of like we saw these kids grow up. And yeah, that's how it was being a Harry Potter fan at the time. Again, I'm a new Harry Potter fan. I watched that last year in a whole weekend and watched all 8 of them fucking movies. I had a good time.
I was telling Limited Production earlier, and I'll get off of the movies. They literally were the event of a generation. People will say the MCU is the biggest franchise ever, or Star Wars, or whatever else, or James Bond. Yeah, in longevity, maybe, but that's debatable now. It's really debatable because with Harry Potter, like when you've been associated with something for 10 years, it kind of hits you emotionally. So when they did that game this year and it was so great, I was just blown away at the attention to detail and the love of the lore. There was no love of the lore for Marvel Spider-Man. There was no love of the lore for Spider-Man. I mean, your biggest mission as Spider-Man is to help a blind girl do graffiti. Your biggest mission is to help 2 gay dudes go on the prom. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, nigga, what? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. As far as the Legend of Zelda, it's the same shit every fucking year. Resident Evil 4, which is a remake. It's just, you know, I digress, man. I don't know where gaming journalism is heading, but this Game of the Year show isn't for us. And that's all I got to say.
Hey, I'm with you there. I'm with you there, E-Rock, man. That was absolutely spectacular. That's why I let you go uninterrupted, man, because I knew you were going to go off. Sega Man, you there?
Yeah, is there still an echo?
No. Finally, no echo. So, man, since I know that you're a busy man, let me pass the mic to you, Sega Man. So, Sega Man, as you see on screen, the Game of the Year nominees: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario 97, and Legend of Zelda 106. Right, right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Sega Man. What are your thoughts on Xbox and Hogwarts Legacy if you played it, but Xbox in particular, since I know for a fact you played Forza Starfield and all that, being snubbed on these awards, you know? And what do you think is going on here with the gaming and media where a bunch of sequels are constantly voted for Game of the Year, but no new IPs, nothing new like Hogwarts Legacy, nothing fun like Hi-Fi Rush, just another Mario jumping on bricks, just another Zelda where he don't talk, another Spider-Man swinging through New York City, a fucking remake of Resident Evil, a game that came out in 2005. So let me get your thoughts, man. What do you think about Xbox being snubbed like that?
Well, guys, as the years have gone by, I'm just used to it. I always called it the Bias Awards. I always called it that from the beginning. When he first started, I always called it the Bias Awards, man. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy, I've never played it. That is one of the games that should have been there. And I think Google Poll or somebody said it in my comment section when I did the short podcast, I think earlier. And this is ridiculous to see Resident Evil 4 in there. That's ridiculous to see that old ass game in there, man, for his so-called Game of the Year. It's not a real Game of the Year for games show. It's not. It really isn't. This is catered to PlayStation, period. I know Nintendo's in there because he wants to make it look good, you know, but this Game of the Year awards is catered to Sony. This is what I said earlier, guys, on the panel. This is their medication for what's happening to them right now. They get to gloat a little bit with this Game of the Year that Jack Off Keighley got going on right now. You know what I mean? I knew you guys knew they were going to put Spider-Man in there, right? That's a no-brainer that they were going to put Spider-Man in there. Now, Alan Wake 2, I believe if out of all these Unlimited, if and everybody on the panel, if I was to choose a game out of here, which I don't, I hate his show. I really hate it. I don't watch it. I listen to you brothers. You brothers tell me, or Hebot, or somebody will tell me because they watch it. I can't watch it. I can't stand the dude. But the only one I would say to me that would deserve Game of the Year in here that I'm seeing right now would probably be Alan Wake 2. Mm-hmm. I would go with Alan Wake 2. Spider-Man, it's the same old shit all the time. Zelda, the same old shit. Mario, the same old shit all the time. And yes, I know there's people out there that love those games. I understand that. Maybe Baldur's Gate. I don't know. I never played Baldur's Gate. Maybe that could be a runner-up thing. I would go for those two, Alan and Baldur's. But the other games, we've been there and done that. You know, we've been there and done that, man. And I knew Spider-Man 2 was definitely going to be in there. Like I said, everybody, this show is not for us. It never was. This is for Sony, and it's not for Nintendo. That's just a cover-up thing. They're putting Nintendo in there. Starfield is Game of the Year. I don't care what anybody says. Starfield is Game of the Year in my eyes. That should have been Game of the Year in my opinion. Yeah, some of you might disagree. Maybe something else should have been, and I respect that. But to me, with Bethesda and Todd and the crew over there that worked endlessly hard on that game for years, and it's a masterpiece right now, and it's a showcase for the Xbox system, and it is their IP. That should have been, in my opinion, Game of the Year. Should have been Starfield, man. It deserves it. And in my eyes, it is Game of the Year. This guy, he's a no-brainer. You said it, Unlimited. E-Rock has said it. Zinc has said it. Daya, Tuck, Hebot's great video he did earlier. I mean, N100. This is the Bias Awards, and we should not give him no kind of attention towards this show. He does his shit on purpose. Phil Spencer caught him with his pants down.
Sega man, that's why I said he's a disruptor.
Yeah, he is. He is, brother E-Rock. But you know what? Phil Spencer got his ass back, caught him with his fucking pants down when he introduced the Series X. He didn't see that coming. Phil Spencer and him got him back for what he did, revealing the price for the Xbox One X. Everybody wants to forget about that, but that's what he did. That's how he is. He does not like Xbox. He doesn't. He likes Sony, Perry. He pretends.
He likes pretends. Sony, and he loves Kojima. I'm waiting, listen, at this year's award show, he's going to propose to that nigga on stage.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah. That's why they had the gay couple asked him to prom in Spider-Man. That was just a precursor for this.
I know. And you know what, Unlimited? Let them have their and E-Rock and everybody on the panel. Let the ponies, let them have that little bit of rehabilitation because they need it. Because going forward, Xbox is dominating and they know it. Like that one dude, what's his name that wants to quit gaming, MFB, whatever the fuck his name is, that wants to quit gaming. Because he's trying to damage control about Microsoft and all that because he wants Sony to win. These guys are really showing their true colors, guys. Let them gloat with this fake ass Bias Awards. Let them do it because coming up, it's all downhill from now on. Right now with Sony, it's all downhill. Yeah, Microsoft and Xbox are on top right now.
Sega man, I know you don't follow this stuff, but entertainment right now, as we speak, and gaming is a part of entertainment. Entertainment is falling apart, and I believe, and I'm gonna move on from this. I believe that gaming is the last domino to fall in entertainment. It has to happen, and why? Because we let these people like Geoff Keighley and these outsiders and these fanboys infiltrate and take over the media. Look what's happening in movies right now. Look what's happening in movies. Warner Brothers is being decimated by idiots. Look at what's happening to Disney and Marvel, right?
Yeah.
They are crumbling. They are crumbling. Entertainment is falling apart because we let these outsiders take over. And I think, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry to say this, you may disagree, but gaming is the last domino to fall if we keep letting guys like Geoff Keighley do this shit each year.
Exactly. I agree. E-Rock. I totally agree, man, because he is one of the big reasons why the things that are happening today when it comes to gaming, period. Like you guys said in the past, we've Unlimited. In my entire life of collecting, brother, owning all the systems I own, dude, Sega versus Nintendo, whatever, it was all fun.
Yes.
It's not fun anymore. They're trying to destroy gaming.
Hey, Sega man, relax. It is fun. Hey, let me jump in. I'll let you finish in a second. But this dude, Adidas 20 with the super chat. Hey, Unlimited, allow me.
Go ahead and read it and then comments on it.
I'm gonna get it back to Sega man because I'm gonna get after Adidas here in a minute. This is one of those dudes that I talk about. This is the reason why I represent the fucking chat, because of dudes like this. Adidas 20, a kind of funny pony, has a vote. I'll say it is Paris, and he's going to say it soon. In fact, he continues to hop on Xbox podcasts, protecting Sony and overly critiquing Xbox. He does. In bold print, Paris is a spy. Paris isn't a spy. His ass is out there. He's an infiltrator, super spy, and he claims to sit on the fence. And some other great poster said, Paris gonna get a lot of splinters sitting on the fence like that. He goes on to say, Paris is a spy for the pony media and pony developers. Xbox podcasts need to ban him. And this is what Adidas 20 is saying. Hey man, we all kicked back, got our feet up and shit, and we listening to a supposed somewhat Xbox podcast, and people getting down, going in like E-Rock just jumped off a ledge with a flying elbow. Sega Man 101 came through with his flying elbow. So when Paris hears everybody jumping in, then he all of a sudden appears out of nowhere like damn smoke from Mortal Kombat, just throw some smoke, and here he is defending Sony. Well, here's how it's done. I got you. Hey, Sega Man, do your thing.
Well, yeah, you know what? I know, Unlimited, brother, I know you got to move on. I'm going to land my plane on this, man. Listen, let them have their little giggles and stuff with this awards, because this is all they have right now. This is all they have right now. Microsoft is in it to win it, baby. Mm-hmm. They are. There is nothing that Sony can do. You can keep bringing out, thinner PlayStations and, a goddamn handheld that you can only play at home. You can keep bringing out all this stuff and thinking it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do nothing, man. They have nothing right now to play over there. Look at all these games we got coming, guys. That game's coming in every other week in Game Pass, and more to come. Way more to come, man. It is over for them, dude. It is over. I hate to say it, but it's over for them. It is. It's over for them, man. They need to, I don't know what to say. I hate to, some people say, well, Sega, man, it's good for competition. And I understand that, but they made their bid, guys. They have to lay in it. They have to lay in it. They're going to go the way of Sega. You know what I mean? They're going to go the way of Sega. It's bound to happen, brothers. It's just the way it is because of their business practices, the way they've acted, bullying the gaming, the old Sega days and Nintendo. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna land my plane on that, brother Unlimited. But yeah, man, let them have their fun, brother, because it's over for them right now, bro. It is. It's definitely over for them. We got a lot of great things coming, and Microsoft ain't going nowhere. If it's somebody that's going to go somewhere, it's going to be Sony going bye-bye. It's not going to be Microsoft.
Yeah, and I put this on screen here. In October, the same month Spider-Man released, more you PlayStation guys, and I see some of y'all trying to squeeze your way into the chat, by the way. Don't think I'm not ignorant, I'm not ignorant to your stupid comments.
Hey, I saw Jack. Knife. Hey, Jack, move Johnny. Stick around, bro. I got something for you later. I heard you in Hebot's chat. I got you. Okay, so you stick around. I got something for you.
Is that fool still around?
Yeah. Hey, for the PlayStation guys in here, y'all played Call of Duty last month more than Spider-Man. Y'all played Fortnite last month more than Spider-Man. So y'all don't even give a fuck about swinging through New York and helping gay people.
And again, guys, I don't want to overtake this podcast. We got more people to hear from, and for all you PlayStation clowns that are in the chat, again, why are you in an Xbox branded podcast? This isn't about your precious Spider-Man getting a nomination for Game of the Year. We knew that. Yeah. Hell, Ray Charles could have seen that, and that nigga is blind and dead, and he could have seen that shit coming. Okay, fucking Nostradamus could have predicted this shit in 1482. That's not the issue that I'm trying to get across, Sega Man, everybody, is we need a game show for us that's voted by us, not behind closed doors and not behind committee. That's all this is about. And as far as me chirping on about Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, they had their last laugh. They made over $1 billion, but that game should be recognized for being an outstanding achievement. And the fact that it's not means that we need a game show that's for us. So y'all can backflip and do all you want to do and shake a tail feather. Hey, look, Marvel Spider-Man 2. You shaking a tail feather for a game that had bugs and had issues in the same year that y'all blasted Redfall for having texture issues and a vampire not noticing you. So you at some point there's some kind of hypocrisy going on in gaming that unlimited production and Diaz always talked about. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm going to stick to what I've been saying for the last 5 years. We need a show, a game award show that's for us, by us, and that's why every year on this channel, this December, Unlimited Production is going to host his Game of the Year show, and Game of the Year is going to be given to the game that deserves it. And Silk Slayer says, I call on all Xbox gamers not to watch the VGAs directly. Well, I mean, that's going to be pretty hard for them to do because it's like trying to tell a meth addict not to go in North Philly looking for fucking crack and meth. So, like, they want to tune in. Xbox gamers want to actively be a part of this fuckery. Only a few of us have broken the cycle of needing to be validated. Look, listen. For all you PlayStation guys in the comment section, we knew months ago Starfield wasn't going to get nominated for Game of the Year. This ain't no news. This is about, again, Hogwarts Legacy getting snubbed for erroneous reasons, and the real games that should be getting acknowledged are not getting acknowledged. What that means is, again, and I'm moving on to somebody else, we need a game show that's representative of us. And if you can't see that, and if all you're about is, hey, we gotta win, Spider-Man got nominated, we gotta win, take that, Xbox, then you are part of the fucking problem. And that's why you got this buggy shit with all of this gay LGBT representation and flying around Manhattan as a cube, because you keep on fucking backflipping when these guys are giving a free pass for shit on Game of the Year. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on there, E-Rock. Let's take it, man. You got anything else you want to add?
Hey, man. Yeah, don't pay attention to that fool jackknife. He tried to do that a little, back in the day, but he was scared to debate He-Bot. You know what I mean? He was scared to debate He-Bot because he's a fool.
Hey, Jack Move Johnny. I'll tell you what, man, because I know who you are. If you and Weapon Wheel Podcast got any balls whatsoever, you'll let E-Rock X on the show and we'll debate. But you won't do that. You know why? Because you got Black Bond on there and he's a coward. And you got Broken Games HD on there and he's a coward. And y'all don't want anybody contradicting anything y'all say because y'all want to keep a nice, tight control on y'all little bullshit podcast, you and my former mentor, Kid Smooth. So if y'all got anything to say to an Xbox gamer, say it to me. I'm easily gotten in contact with. But you won't because you're fucking scared. Enough said.
Yeah, hey man, we got E-Rock pulling out the challenge flag tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. But with that said,
that shit bright red too.
I know. Hey,
I mean, if you want to sell wolf tickets, bring it like we did back in the old days. You want to talk? Let's talk. Don't talk in the fucking chat. Fine.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
Yeah, bring me on the. Oh, look at you trying to get a Weapon Wheel. I don't give a fuck about your whack ass podcast. I ain't seen an episode of Weapon Wheel in 8 years, nigga. But if y'all want to talk that talk, let's talk that talk. Or you should
podcast.
Go ahead, Unlimited.
Yeah, man. Good stuff there, E-Rock. Tuckmaster, you there?
Yes, I'm here, y'all.
Oh, good. So Tuckmaster, man, let me get your thoughts on this. On Xbox being snubbed at the Game Awards. Now, I know, Tuck, you're like me. You don't actually watch this bullshit. But the reason why I'm doing a show like this, Tuck, is because I noticed the Xbox community, Tuck, there's a significant portion of y'all out there who desperately wants the high Metacritic scores, the Game of the Year awards. And my message has been for a few years now is just enjoy Xbox off its own merits because you like it, right? That's kind of been my whole thesis here. But I want to get your thoughts on it, man. What do you think about Xbox getting snubbed at the Game Awards and nothing but a bunch of sequels, if you will, are being nominated?
Man, there's one thing I don't get about this whole doggone thing, and I'm just gonna be telling the truth. Okay, you know what? The way I see it like this. Okay, we all know the reason why Boulder Gate is up there. Boulder Gate 3 up there because these doggone PlayStation fans, which they never did play the game any doggone way. I mean, they always try to put that there as their game, as their game. But if we know Jeff Keighley is gonna put it up there because that's how he feels too. But the game is still coming out in December. So what's all the hoopla about that? Spider-Man, we talking about a game. Man, we talking about a game that's an ice cube. Ice cube flying down the street. Okay? I mean, we talking about the man who turn around and be with a bike. The bike, heck, he might be going through the damn screen and everything on the damn bike. And then you go talk about how short it is. And then everybody, and then see, this one thing I don't get about the whole damn thing. Just that you got these reviewers gonna give this game a 10 and a 9, 10 and a 9.
No one is buggy. No one is broken.
And then you ain't gonna see him talk about these damn bugs. I said, have society have became. I mean, you're spending $70 for a damn game. Okay, you're flying with a bug. Okay, I mean with a cube. I'm like, come on now. I mean, I don't give a care if it is funny. But if you pay $70 for a game that is just a little ice cube and all that stuff, I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, yeah, the game might have been fun and everything, but you know what? But like I told my son, if I spend $70 for a damn game and it just had that many damn bugs, I'd be awful upset. I don't give a care about y'all. Y'all just tell you the truth. I mean, that don't make no damn sense. So, you know, now with Boulder Gate 3, okay, you know, it's up there, okay? It's up there, big deal, okay? Resident Evil 4 should not have been up there, period.
No, it's a remake. It shouldn't have been.
I mean,
I agree. Starfield should have had that spot. Huh?
I mean, what the hell you doing putting that up there? And that's a damn remake of the same damn game. Yeah, Starfield or Hogwarts Legacy should have had that spot. But as far as I'm concerned, hell, you could have made nomination lists bigger than that because there's so many games that came out this year. There's so many good games that came out this year. It was like I'm like this year for gaming, you had the Harry Potter game, you had Starfield, you had to me RoboCop could have been in there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you remember that one year when what's the man that had the baby. The man that had the baby wasn't in the game.
The nigga was walking around with a box on his back.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Where is
I'm
it?
gonna
Where
give
is
you a
it?
good
I have
example.
the image.
I'm gonna give you a good example. Death Stranding came out. Like you said, it released November the 8th. It made the nomination like it ain't nothing. Came in and made a nomination. Think that it didn't win. Did that get one game of the year?
Hey, Tuck. Let me give you more context. Death Stranding flopped very hard. It wound up selling like 500,000 copies, and it wound up getting nominated 11 times at the VGAs for various categories.
10. It's on screen right now.
10.
10
Oh, okay. My bad. 10. Close.
Right. But you know what? I'm gonna give you another good example. And let me tell you that this is what I turned and didn't like Jeff Keighley for. Remember that one year? I think was it The Last of Us that came out? The Last of Us 2 came out.
That game came out like 6 times. You need to pick the year it came out.
Well, I played this the second one. I think it was The Last of Us, the second one that came out. Now, don't forget, y'all. You remember that year when that game came out? I think the game came out in the summer or something like that year.
And everybody hated it.
And let me ask you this. And they busted Jeff Keighley because Jeff Keighley wanted to make that game of the year. And somebody
he did make it game of the year. Let me add full context there, Tuck. And sorry to cut you off there, my friend. But full context of what you're trying to say. Basically in 2020, The Last of Us 2 came out. Everybody hated it because they killed the person they actually like in the game.
Right.
And then not only that, I think you played the lady who killed him as well. at some
Unlimited.
point.
They killed him down near at the beginning of the fucking game.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. So they kill him at the beginning of the game. They make you play as the person who killed the lady who killed him, and everybody hated it, and it still won Game of the Year that year. Could you imagine? Could you like that? That would be like if we played a Harry Potter game and somebody kills Harry Potter, and then you play as the guy who killed him for the rest of the game. You're like, what is this bullshit? I bought a Harry Potter game to play Harry Potter.
And it was so obvious why they did that. We don't want to get off track and get into politics, but they killed off Joel. Yes, I know about The Last of Us. They killed off Joel because heaven forbid that we have Ellie having a strong male figure guide her around in life. We got to get Joel out of here and have her be guided around by a lesbian. They've been trying to self-insert this shit in gaming for a while, and it seems like Sony keeps letting them do it, right?
Yeah.
At least with Microsoft, they give you a choice in Starfield if you want to be gay. They give you a choice in Starfield if you want to be a lesbian, and that's how it should be. You shouldn't have narratives forced down your throat. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Now continue, Tuck. I just wanted to add context to what you're saying.
I mean, but I'm just saying, but this man right here does not like Xbox at all. He don't like Microsoft. And the thing about it is, it's just crazy. And I mean, in all this media out here is getting mad at Microsoft just because they bought Activision, Blizzard, King, they bought
Tuckmaster, if Geoff Keighley doesn't like Microsoft at all, why does he continue having a platform? Help me out, Tuck, because I can't figure it out.
Dude, that's all, man. That's all media, man. I'm telling you right now, man. All this award stuff and that they doing and everything and all that stuff. You know, like that year what God of War won it. I mean, God of War didn't win. Now God of War didn't win that award that year.
No, it did. No. Again, let me add full context again, Tuck. It did win Game of the Year, but Red Dead Redemption 2 won every subcategory that was competed with it.
Right.
For example, if there was an award for best story and God of War and Red Dead Redemption were in the same category, Red Dead will win it. So people were legit confused on. Hold on, how does Red Dead Redemption 2 have the better story? You know, better art direction, this
better
and that,
gameplay,
better everything.
But isn't Game of the Year?
Yeah.
So just wanted to add for context again.
Hey, Tuckmaster, you always creating a lightning rod to just ignite the crowd. In Six Slayer Cult, he cast the first stone. He caught Other Zinc in a lie at 6:39 p.m. saying, Other Zinc, I want to say 250,000, not 500,000 for that piece of shit Death Stranding. Go on ahead, Tuck.
Damn.
But let me ask you this: who won Game of the Year last year?
Elden Boring.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and don't forget, Sony took awards home that year, but when they get Game of the Year, everybody just hit the floor. All these damn ponies, that should have won Game of the Year. I said, hell, you won every doggone award. So somebody got to do something. I mean, dude, Sony is just buying things. I mean, and Geoff Keighley is just bad for this. He is the worst off of hosting a show that I've ever seen. He played this lousy, dry ass music that's dry, and he had these crazy ass rock bands, and dude, they boring. I mean, I sit there and watched a little bit of it last year, but I wanted to cut the damn thing off because it got so damn boring. I said, the hell with that. I just went to go watch a damn movie. But the thing about it is, man, fellas, Geoff Keighley should have his ass kicked. Because the thing about it, if you're going to come out with 6 nominations at what his gaming was this year, you should have more nominations than that. You get what I'm saying? You should have way more nominations than that. I mean,
the Marvels. I won't watch the VGAs. If I'm gonna be tortured, I'm gonna do this shit right and put on a Marvel movie. I ain't gonna watch the fucking VGAs.
Hey, Nintendo, the Zelda, the birth of whatever that damn game is called, same damn game. Resident Evil 4 remake, same damn game. Okay, if you want to go to put Mario Win in there, fine. If you want to put that game in there, that's fine. but we all know that game is not going to win Game of the Year. It's not. We know it's not. We know it's all catering Sony's ass any damn way. So do not be surprised. Now, I would be surprised if I will tell you the truth. As good as Alan Wake is, do I think it deserves to be game of the Year? No, but do I think it needs to be nominated? Yes.
It's too out. No offense to Alan Wake, it's too out there. It's too avant-garde. It isn't a game that was a disruptor. That was an outlier that came out of nowhere just because whoever nominates this shit wanted to fuck up the status quo. This award show is not about shit we play. It's about what's popular, right? It's about what's popular.
Except for the literal popular game of the year, apparently.
Which was Starfield, exactly. And
no. Hogwarts Legacy was
Hogwarts Legacy. Well, we know now why that wasn't nominated. They can't stand J.K. Rowling. So I mean, the game was fucking blacklisted. But again, man, I don't mean to steal Tuck's time, but like this. If you are a PlayStation gamer in the comment section doing backwards, listen to you Xbox cry, you again are part of the fucking problem. And this is why your platform is dying, because you sign off on this fuckery. And we're the only ones that says, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, y'all want to shit on Starfield, fine. That game was successful. But for Hogwarts Legacy to be blacklisted, something is wrong. Go ahead, Tuck.
Hey, hold on. Unlimited, please. Allow me. Adidas 20 strikes again with the $5. Tuck. Pony Media runs everything. That's basically it. Second, don't rock with neutrals. 97% of them are ponies. 100% all facts. I'm going to elaborate on that later too. Hey, I'm getting scared, man. I got to hear from Dia. Is she still alive?
Oh yeah, no. Dia's turn is coming up, man.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Tuck. Get in there. Tuck always starting something.
I don't see how Sony Media is running everything when them motherfuckers is about to fucking lose their fucking lease on their building. I don't know how the fuck is they running.
Hey, E-Rock, I got you. Go ahead, Tuck.
See, y'all have to explain shit to me because I only operate in a world where logic exists. So when fuckery go down, I can't process it. It's just how it is.
Trust me, I got you.
Let me ask you this, fellas. Let me ask you this. Now, with all the nominations that's on that damn list, how many other games should have been added to that list, and it is not?
We already said, nigga.
Yeah, at least Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield, Hogwarts Legacy, off the top of my head. I could go. Okay. I could even go deeper than that, but I'm gonna just be nice and throw those three out since those are both critical, financial, and pretty much every type of hit you could claim.
Ravenlock should have got a nomination for best small indie. Yep. It's a million fucking games out there, dog. Come on.
Hey, E-Rock. Hey, I know Unlimited knows this, but E-Rock, did you hear about
Wait. Let me get through.
Go ahead.
But it's just like what y'all say. Jeff Keighley doing these little short nominations because Resident Evil's gonna be cut out. We already know that. Mario, Zelda's gonna be cut out. We know that's gonna be cut out. Boulder Gate, they're the Sony.
That's winning. That's winning. So, I'm telling you guys right now, spoiler alert, Boulder Gate 3 has won Game of the Year way back during the summer. I'm telling you why that is, Tuck. When I saw that the game was getting praised, like the game was literally getting praised for shit, even a Sony game would have got shit for it. I kid you not, but Tuck. I was reading articles that Larian Studios was doing a good job for having an update that fixed thousands of bugs in their game, and they were getting praised. Right. And that's when I knew it was over. Spider-Man 2, Zelda, y'all might think it has a chance. No. They told me everything back in the summer, and that's why I'm dying on that hill that game has won Game of the Year.
Unlimited Production said this back in June, and he then went on to clarify that they started hyping up that game because they needed something to go against to go over the Starfield. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Tuck, let me give you one more because Unlimited didn't say the most important thing. There were videos about Baldur's Gate 3 that they were saying other developers need to learn from Baldur's Gate 3. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, nobody got to the third stage, I guess, or whatever, where all of the game fell apart.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to talk about it. Go ahead,
Well, that's because they don't actually play these fucking games. They play for an hour or two and then base their judgment on this. How do you know this? Because when Starfield reviews came out, people were literally saying that they rushed through the game in like 10 hours to do the main story. And if you're 10 hours in Starfield, as everybody here could attest, you ain't did shit in that game. So that tells me everything I need to know.
No, you haven't done that game.
But go ahead and continue talking. I'm gonna move on to Daya because Daya's been waiting for nearly an hour, and I got to hear what she got to say.
I mean, I'll just honestly put it like this to you. Everybody knows, to me, Starfield right now should be in there. Because the game is selling good. People still talking about the damn game.
Tuck, who's the game by?
Huh?
Who's the game by, Tuck? Who was the game by?
Now I said Starfield.
Who is the game by? Who's the publisher? Who owns it?
Oh, it's Bethesda.
Who owns Bethesda?
Microsoft, yeah.
All right, then there's your answer, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we all know that's against the. Like you said, Iraq.
What, Sega Man, where are you to tell Tuck to stop eating neck bones? Sega Man ain't shit. Kick Sega Man off the show.
Oh, so Sega Man dropped. He's working, so he had to go.
Damn, I needed Sega Man here, man.
Nigga trying to do a podcast with 10 pounds of chicken in his jaws. Out of here.
It's like you said, Iraq.
Listen, the only thing missing is his dog barking and him calling for his wife.
This is like you said, they would gave them nominations big time.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo wasn't in there. I'm like, how can you not do Diablo? Diablo had high scores, and if they going by high scores.
Hey, Tuck, I apologize, and I'm sorry, dear, but Tuck, more context. Diablo was getting praise until Microsoft were getting closer and closer to signing ABK officially. Go ahead,
right.
Tuck.
And they didn't like it, so that's all I gotta say. I want to hear what Dale got to say now.
If y'all can't make the connections, we can't help y'all. This man right here, Other Zinc, works in construction. We got one person here that's an accountant. We got another dude here that works in the hospital. We got one dude that's semi-retired. If you can't, so between us, the brain power is high, but we don't have time to figure this shit out for y'all. If y'all can't draw the connections like my man just did in 2 seconds, then we can't help you. Go on.
Well, I'm gonna put this to you, Rock. The opponents are ignorant anyway, and the media is ignorant too. And that's all I gotta say about that. There's some ignorant assholes, and that's it. Whenever you have all these damn bugs on one damn game, on the Spider-Man game, and you been telling me that you played a damn game full of Unity that one damn bug, but you gonna still get this game 9s and 10s, something's wrong with you. Something's really, really wrong with you. So I'm gonna let Dave have a ham. I'm through with it.
Yeah. God damn. I think a zero coming through.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to read that, but I couldn't read. My eyes are watering. I can't see shit. I can't read that.
Yeah, Adidas with the super chat.
That nigga gave me like $1,000 in 5 minutes.
Yeah, man, did you read that shit?
Yeah, he said Sony 2023, one first party game. Price increase. PS5 Slim with haptic kicks. And CEO fired. What do you probably say? Xbox need to improve. Sony overpaid on third party. Now Xbox about to publish your Sony funded. Hey man, you could have some. You could. I got to screenshot that tweet. I mean, not the tweet, but that comment because you summed it up perfectly, Adidas. That
hey,
is
but unlimited. This is unlimited. This is Adidas 20. This is Tool Man. This is Deploy. This is Six Slayer. This is all of these cats, man. I see them in the chat and they drop straight up Fifth Ward beads on people in the chat, dude. This is why I represent the chat. And before Dia go off, this is the reason I don't like the media. They insult the intelligence of their audience. And in consumer behavior, you never disrespect your consumer. You don't know who the hell you're talking to. Go ahead.
Brilliant.
Yeah, man. Daya, you there?
I'm here.
First lady of the chat, I know we had you silent all show, and I do apologize. But sometimes you got to save the best for last.
Build up.
Yeah, and you're one of the you're like the female Bret Hart, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And so,
and Ramo gonna be pissed.
Yeah. But if there's any consolation, Ramo, we're getting closer and closer to the death of Sony. But Daya, I know I know you got something to say. I know you got something to say, Daya, about Xbox getting snubbed at the Game Awards. You know, you've played games like Redfall. You've played everything except for Gears with Zing. That's
because she hates Sega Man.
That's in December, Zing.
That so Daya, let me get your thoughts. What are your thoughts on not only Daya, has Xbox been snubbed in a year that they released 3 new IPs? And then you see the Game Awards, Daya, and they're all sequels. They're all from established IPs that we've already experienced before. So what's wrong here, Daya? Where we're in a gaming world where the new IPs don't get no love, they don't get no shine, they don't get no respect, all because the publisher who put them out is the one that the game media hates for no reason. Let me get your thoughts.
All right. I have a caveat before I get started.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't want to hear anybody tell me that I don't have a right to be angry, that I don't have a right to voice my anger. I pay my money. I buy games. I have Game Pass. I bought consoles. I bought a PC all for gaming. Okay. I've invested in this industry. And so I have every right to voice my opinion, whether I'm happy or angry. So I wanted to put that out there for all the people saying, well, you shouldn't be angry. You shouldn't be upset. No, I have every right to be if I want to feel that way.
Right.
So I'm just going to put that caveat out here. So if that's the problem for anybody in the chat or panel, you can leave because I'm about to go off.
I like that. I like that. She told us to fuck off. I like that, man.
Hey, I'm ready to get under the bed, lock the door.
Guys, y'all might as well mute yourself. You know.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and mute yourself for a minute. Daya, the floor's all yours.
All right. I want to start off with I'm upset at quite a few people, but this isn't anything new, okay? I've already said that the gaming media has it out for Xbox. In their perfect world, they'd have Sony having, unfettered access to the gamer, being able to dictate whatever they want to dictate to it, set the prices wherever they want to set. They don't care. They're all right without an American presence in the gaming industry. I've said this many times before. And this is their perfect vision of the gaming industry. And I want to say to E-Rock, he couldn't have voiced it any better because it's exactly how I feel. These people are dismantling the gaming industry as we speak. If not for companies like Microsoft, we would be in a really bad place right now with our hobby. And I think that this is the last bastion for us who enjoy this entertainment, because you can get good stories here. You can get good gameplay here. You can get good immersion in this type of hobby. And I personally have been run out of comics, and I've personally been run out of the movies. I don't even look at them anymore. Very few, if any at all. So this is my last place where I can just soak into a good story and forget who I am and forget where I'm at. And I don't want to lose that. So I know I've harped on the industry being, in danger. And I do see that, because if these people get their way, they'll end up destroying gaming. Because let's just look at what Sony is doing right now. Look at Spider-Man. This is the only game they put out, first party. And in there, you running around as a disabled person, spray painting stuff that you can't even see what's on the wall. You got a cube running around with wings that's supposed to be Spider-Man. And then on top of that, they supposed to care about cultural appropriation, I guess. they can't even remember a country in its flag. You know, this is what we're dealing with here. Because they're not as sincere as they pretend to be. They put that stuff out there as an image. Okay. And not that I even care about that stuff to the degree that they claim to, because I don't. I think people are people at the end of the day. I don't care about all of that. But, you know, Spider-Man running, I can tell you, I read Spider-Man comic books. He don't run around to help gay people with a prom and all this stuff. That's not what he does. He has a life of his own. And what he does is, if something gets bad enough out there, something's dangerous enough, he steps up. Because at the end of the day, he does have a life. Okay? That's what I like about the character. He's down to earth. And this is not Spider-Man that I see. What they depicting on there, that's not him. Yes, I'm going to go out there and say that. I don't care how many people have statues. I don't care how many people don't read the comics. What I see here is not Spider-Man. All right? That's just one brand I want to get out the way. Okay, anybody who ever was in those things understand that what you're seeing today, this is a new modernized version of it. All right. So I'm saying this because as Spider-Man is so great and it's so fantastic. And if you were old school and you read the early comics and all that, so you would understand this. This is not the same Spider-Man of old. All right. So I just wanted to get that out. Now, as for Baldur's Gate, somebody else brought up an excellent point. Baldur's Gate actually was in early access back in 2020. Didn't know that. I heard it had an early access. Now, here's why that's a big deal. If a person say, well, yeah, they were in early access, but they fully released this year. Okay. Why didn't the same sentiment go out to Grounded? I own Grounded. I know how that is. I beat that game. And that game was never considered for anything once it officially launched. It had an early access period. So why is Baldur's Gate being treated like a first party game? Like, you know, it's a sequel, number one, but treated like like it's a first release when it released back in 2020. If the game
I apologize, dear, but Grounded was even criticized for being early access. Go ahead.
I don't know anybody who's ever been in the PC arena. That's like a part of the tapestry of your gaming over there. That's how you connect with the developers. You get to talk with them. In fact, I've actually influenced games because of that. Okay, it's fun if you want to participate. It's by choice, of course, but that's how you improve a game. If you want to know how Grounded became as good as it is, it's because of its early access period. You know, so it's not for every game. But it does work for those particular games where the developer wants to engage with the community.
Hey, so dear, and now Grounded has a Forge mode. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, it does. But my point is that look how Baldur's Gate is treated as opposed to Grounded. By the way, a first-party game that has that was no sequel. It was an original title. Okay, never even considered. All right. Let's take Alan Wake 2. I own the game. I haven't played it yet. I've been kind of burned out on games. I played so many, I just had to stop for a while. But I heard it's good, and I don't doubt it. I think Remedy is a good studio. They probably have been improving on their craft. So I don't want to dump on a game. Number one, I haven't played, and even though I own it, and number two, that I can't really attest to how this game actually is. But what I will say is, I don't know if it deserves to be there or not, but I can say, at least from what I hear from the people who play these type of games, they believe that Alan Wake should have been represented in some kind of way. So I can at least say that. Resident Evil 4 has no place here. I'm sorry. And I love Capcom and I love Resident Evil, but it has no place here. That is completely unfair to original IPs where they have to think up a new story and make new characters and make new worlds. That's hard. I know that because I have taken creative writing classes in college. Very difficult to do. Okay.
May I say something? May I say something, Dan?
Okay. Oh, Hebot, man. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you guys? How are you?
Yeah, go ahead, and then we'll get back to Dia.
No, I just wanted to add to what she just said. Plus, we got to keep in mind that Resident Evil 4 already had its time to shine when it came out on the GameCube. It was Game of the Year. It was the Game of the Year that year. Just because it has a new dressing of code of graphics with next generation style does not merit for it to be in the Game of the Year award. Because the only way that new developers and new IPs can grow, have a chance to shine, is by allowing new IPs and new developers
Agreed.
to get a golden spotlight.
Agreed.
The same way Resident Evil did, or Resident Evil 4 in this case, when it came out. That is why it's disgraceful that it's on that list. Not that it's a bad game. It already had its time to shine. We've been there, done that, like E-Rox likes to say. That's it, Dan. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was excellent, Ebot. That's you. I agree 100% with what you said. So I'll move on to Super Mario Brothers, and Zelda. In my opinion, I'm sick of these instant Nintendo applications to Game of the Year. I mean, it's
Thank you.
old at the end.
Oh
of the
my
day.
God! Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness gracious!
Thank you,
All
Daya.
they have to do is conjure up a name, and that thing is already in Game of the Year.
100%, Dale.
Daya, that makes me sick to my core.
Exactly.
Continue.
It's a disgrace to the industry because of all the hard work of people who have been making new ideas, new gameplay, new stories, new experiences, and all they do is rehash the same stuff they did 20, 30 years ago. I mean, what does that tell people? Should you apply yourself? Should you work hard and try to really innovate in the industry? No, because the Game of the Year doesn't want to celebrate new games. It doesn't want to celebrate new IP. It doesn't want to celebrate new experiences. It wants you to rehash the same stuff over and over again, or to produce the 24th sequel in a long-running franchise. Nothing against sequels. They should have their own category or something. But they shouldn't be in Game of the Year, and they shouldn't be recognized when, just like Heba said, new IPs, new ideas, things that are pushing everything forward should be represented. I'm not here to make anybody feel good. I don't care if somebody loved Resident Evil 4 as their Game of the Year and all this. This is how I feel. I'm not here to coddle people's feelings. I'm not here to make people feel good. I just think this has to be said. And I'm going to also offer something else, because this is going to make a lot of people upset, but this is how I feel. I'm sick of Microsoft giving these people justification. Get off the darn board, Achilles, whatever the heck it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got your back, dear.
I'm sick of Phil Spencer. Just validate. They need him, okay? They need Xbox to be represented there, because without it, they know there's no way they're going to be considered legitimate.
Thank you.
And the reason why they got upset when Xbox didn't show up for one lousy show is because of that reason. Because when PlayStation is not pulling its weight and Nintendo isn't, which is most of the time, they show up when they feel like it. They want Xbox to take up the slack. And like an obedient puppy, that's what they do. They need to get, you know what, and pull it up and then and say, well, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you abusing our people, our customer base, our company, our developers, our publishers. Stand up for something for once. And I don't care. I love Xbox, but I'm going to lay it down to them when they need it, and they need it now. I haven't watched the Game of the Year since that whole thing with Forza Horizon 5. That was it for me. I never watched it before that. That was my first and my last. I'll never watch them again. Because that told me
I'm sorry to
everything.
cut you off, Daya, but Adidas Zero with the super chat,
Okay,
and he was addressing you. He said, Daya, you can dump on those third-party games because Ponies claim them, and IGN don't list them as Xbox game either. Nintendo's 10 frames per second games, but they trash Starfield for 30 frames per second.
Excellent point, Adidas.
Yeah,
You've been on fire
excellent
about
point. Excellent point.
Yep. So, you know, and like I said, I'm letting everybody have it tonight. Nobody's getting out of this tonight. All right. And you know what, Phil, I hope you watch this, because you need to do this. We shouldn't have to be fighting this fight for you alone. We need you out there fighting with us. We need you out here, because without you, we're going to have the Sonys in the world, and they'll destroy the industry. That's how I feel.
And not always smiling and being so passive and being so goddamn kumbaya, my lord. I know you made some aggressive moves, but I mean, I apologize to cut you off, because I had my time uninterrupted, and it's not fair that I'm interrupting you. But before I forget, Like if Steve Ballmer were here, or Peter Moore, or Don Matrick, they wouldn't take this shit sitting down. They wouldn't.
It's okay. They got it, and I got you, dear, and I got you, E-Rock. It's okay. We good. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, and this is from a person who loves the friend. I've been on both sides. I've been all over. I've had PC, I've had PlayStation, Xbox, and I'm telling you, I've never been more happy to be on the Xbox side.
Yes,
I can tell you that. But I'm scared that it's not going to last because you know what? It's like a Trojan horse. They're letting people infiltrate, just as you guys said. They got a Paris Lily on there, you know. And I already said, Paris comes off as very kind, very nice, but I can just tell if he's as honest as he say, he wouldn't be honest about what's really going on in the industry. If I can see it, he can see it. But he never ever talks about this subject. That's how I know. I don't want to bring this up about Paris. I'm just pointing out
I got you,
this
dear.
is the same person that Xbox put on their show. They're forcing us to look at him. They're forcing us to go to IGN. They're forcing us to go to the very people who's trying to destroy their company. And yes, I'll put it out there. You can call it a conspiracy theory. I don't care. That's how I feel. Just like they say the media is entitled to their opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
Dia, sorry to interrupt again. But about 8 years ago, when I said that Rotten Tomatoes was crooked, they said that was a conspiracy theory. And look what happened.
And I was watching a lot of movies back then, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, dear, listen. It's not a conspiracy theory. It is 100% fact. And this is why I have a marketing degree. Everything you said is 100% accurate. This is why I don't insult the intelligence of the chat. There are a lot of smart people in this chat, okay? I can't stand unlimited production. I love college football. Every time I look at college football, I see unlimited production because I had to go to his punk ass accounting lab because I had to make sure my shit was right at the end of the damn day. Because I didn't like accounting. I hated that shit. All right. Now I could do it. I could get a C or C plus or a potential 80, 85, but I needed an A. Okay. But dear, back to what you're saying, you're 100% correct. And this goes into marketing, and I'm going to help you out later. But dear, I'm glad who you are, and my doors are locked because everybody's afraid now. But when you switch from that cross into that paper clip, you're a problem today. Continue.
Okay, yeah. So, I know I'm gonna wrap this all around. I know you guys are like, I'm way off, but I'm
no, you're not. No. Speak your mind.
I could listen to this shit all day.
What you see is the truth.
Yes, this is what I see, and you guys know I've been preaching that I'm nervous about the corruption that's going on in the industry, and this is why I'm so passionate about that, because the only thing I can see that's stopping it is Microsoft. I don't see any other thing. I don't see Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't care as long as they have their little carved out part. And right now, Sony, they're not a threat to Sony. But the moment that Microsoft crumbles and collapses, they will, and then everything will turn against them. That's how it works. You take down your enemy. I guess they look at it in this way. This is why you often see the ponies turn into Nintendo drones and stuff. They think, oh, we can team up together against this guy, and worry about everything else later. No, that's not how it works. First off, Microsoft is not going anywhere. If anything, I don't know. We're not like the ponies. We don't delude ourselves. We actually see how things are going. But Microsoft has to be careful. You can't rely on money and purchases and all that. All of that won't mean anything if you allow other things to defame your brand. You have to protect that at all costs. And that's what I see. Okay. It's not about the money or anything like that, but they can't rest on that alone. They need to take extra steps to protect themselves, And so that's what I was trying to say. But to bring this all back around to the Game of the Year stuff, the reason why this is the problem, number one, if we can see it, other people can see it. It's corrupted beyond reason. Number two, look at the developers who will never be recognized by the Game of the Year. I mean, let's take Starfield. I know what you were saying, E-Rock, but for me, Starfield has every right not only to be on there, I don't care, bugs and all, because everybody already knows that Bethesda games have that because of the complexity of its engine and what they're doing with all those different systems.
Correct.
No other game can claim that, by the way. Not to the degree that a Bethesda game can. I don't care what you're playing.
The closest one is Grand Theft Auto.
Probably
that's the closest.
Grand Theft Auto is probably the closest because
that's a big ass game.
That's a big game. Yes. That's probably the closest. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the background of a Bethesda game. I've said this, but people don't understand that. This is why
Dia, I got cussed out. I got cussed out by one of our favorite chat guys, Wilkin, because I'm on the same planet for 50 hours.
Well, that's what those games are designed for you to do. See, Bethesda has done what I say a gas game wishes it could do. It could be a single player game, but keep you in it for years. Very few games can do that. I say Grand Theft Auto is one of them. That's one of those outlier games, but not a lot of games can do that. And not just keep you playing the same thing over and over again, but giving you new experiences. I've told people I played Skyrim and I still found things I didn't discover before. That's impressive, but I want to say Starfield has every right. I don't care if you had the eye bug or something, or a character floated in the air for a minute or something. That's nothing compared to what Spider-Man did, and that was a 10 out of 10. Quote unquote.
And Dia, let me jump on you. And what you're saying is, it's like I can't stand Grand Theft Auto, but that Grand Theft Auto was a game of the generation back then. When you can listen to several people and everyone has something different to say, that's a great game. Starfield was worse than that. No one says the same thing about Starfield in their experiences. That's an elaborate game that went beyond the scope of gaming. It was incredible.
It was the same thing with Hogwarts Legacy. Depending on when you go to Hogwarts, you have to pick a school you want to belong to, because there's 4 schools in there, right? And depending on what school you pick, I may not have the same experience as Unlimited Production had. He picked a different school and he got to go to Azkaban prison. I didn't. So to get on what Dia's saying, to have these great games be snubbed is almost an insult. To have Starfield not be there in that spot where Resident Evil is an insult. To not have Hogwarts Legacy be in that spot where Super Mario Wonder is a fucking insult. 2 nominations for Nintendo. Why? They do the same shit every fucking year, every fucking 3 years. But I digress, because I know there's somebody out there that's listening to your eloquent speech, listening to me saying, "Oh, y'all just whining, y'all just crying." Look, let me tell you something, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody out there think about me. Y'all know this. I don't care no more. I don't even have a YouTube channel no more. I'm blissfully free of this bullshit, having to worry about this nonsense. I'm gaming and enjoying life. But if we continue to let these people destroy entertainment, how long before gaming ends up like Disney and Marvel? And if you don't know what's going on over there, you must be fucking blind. They're crumbling before our eyes because, we let outsiders infiltrate entertainment. And this guy, Geoff Keighley, is an outsider and he's a disruptor. Why is he a disruptor? Because we are having this podcast and talking about this bullshit. But go ahead, Dia.
And another thing, Keighley allows for no representation for Xbox, and you know what? Theo allows it. If you sit on the board, you should be demanding more people on the Xbox side show up. Why would you have so many darn ponies over there and probably Nintendo people and not have no representation?
Because Geoff Keighley keeps his committee based off the same type of ideologies that he stands for. He grew up Sony. He's a Sony shill. He's very well known for that, because when he's tweeting that he got bags for luggage to travel from Sony, and he's like about to cry and take a fucking and make love to them, right? With a tweet. That tells you everything you need to know. Okay?
If he hasn't already.
And that tells you everything you need to know. Look, you can go back to his history ever since G4. And he practically in every episode would fucking fuck a PlayStation console. Okay? And that is why I tell everyone that is a fucking joke. The only real sophisticated awards that still exist is the SIGGRAPH Award and the motherfucking Joystick Award. But since they don't host it since they don't show it on TV and they don't host it on no YouTube, that's why people think it's not big. Those are actual real awards. And I believe in one of those awards, Starfield did win Game of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the
Now,
okay. Yeah.
Now,
Golden joystick.
what you gotta also understand is, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, honey. Jeff Keighley has Phil Spencer in the committee for one reason and one reason only. He knows he's the most spoke about person in the industry right now. Okay, and since 2015, Jeff Keighley's not stupid. He made him part of the committee so that way he could look like, oh yeah, we love Xbox. No, so that he can look like he likes Xbox, play the fucking funk, and at the same time, yo, can you guys give me a deal so I could use your Xbox Hall? Because if he tried to pull that shit and go and do it in Madison Square Garden, he can't afford it. Okay? And don't give me that bullshit that he will, because he don't. All he gets is sponsors, and he's built up relations 3 years, kissing ass, talking to people in the industry that like what he likes. And if you go see, it's Kotaku. Push, hold on one second. Before I lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
Kotaku, Push Square Circle, PlayStation Life, PC Gaming, all sites in this on his committee that do, and Kojima, of course, that do nothing but suck Sony cock and Nintendo cock. Okay? So you're never going to get fair play because his committee is a bunch of Sony and Nintendo fucking shills. And Phil is not going to go in there and say nothing because it's not his role. He doesn't run the show. He doesn't pay for it. Keighley does. Phil just plays Mr. Nice Guy because Microsoft at the end of the day makes money off him by hosting it in their fucking goddamn building or in their stadium, in their hall, whatever it's called.
They're not beggars. They don't need their money.
No. They just, all right, we'll make money off you, no problem. That's why Microsoft started doing their own show in January, which Phil already said we will have a show again in January. So all we have to do is sit back, relax, enjoy the money that he get from fucking Jeff Suck or Sony cock. And then in January, we'll get our show, our proper show. That's it.
See, this is the problem.
He about to be turning this show into a damn porn audition.
I know. This is the problem I have with this because Xbox people will continue to behave that way if you have the leadership of Microsoft behaving that way. Okay, people want to jump on the Xbox people for still looking at certain things, and you say, well, why are you looking at IGN? Well, guess what? Microsoft is sending them there. As long as that continues to go that way, why would you think they would do anything else? So here's what I suggest. What Phil ought to do is to start making an alternative to everything. I don't care what it is, an alternative media. And I'm not saying that has to be dominated by Xbox people, but to show how to do it right. They need to make an alternative everything. And it needs to start now because it doesn't make sense to keep sending people to Jeff Keighley stuff when you know that this guy is never going to even recognize your people or anything. If Phil's going to fight for his developers and fight, what's the point of working hard on anything if nobody ever gets recognized for it? Not even when that game get released and, they have to get a review and you can't even trust the review. Like at some point this has to stop. And they're going to have to make some hard decisions. Microsoft can't be terrified to get some negative news. They're going to get it no matter what. So they might as well get it on their terms.
Well,
and
exactly.
If they do that, their people will follow them.
Why are you terrified? Why are you terrified when you have all the money? You should be controlling the industry now. I know this is not what people want to hear, but pull your support from Geoff Keighley. Get him out of that Microsoft theater in Los Angeles and let him, like I was going to tell Hebot, let him get up to 250,000 to 300,000 to rent Madison Square Garden for 4 hours. That's how much it costs. I checked. Let him get up that fucking money, right? And see if he can be big baller. He can't. He can't do that. He needs these sponsors. He needs Phil Spencer. But since you need Phil Spencer, why you like backhandedly dogging this dude out every year? But hey, listen, Thea, like you said, if Phil let that happen, fuck him. That's on you, dog. Because me, I would have put my support for the Game Awards years ago. Like, that's how you're going to rock and roll? Well, you can't use our theater. Let him figure this shit out. Let him go to the MGM Grand in Las Vegas so they can laugh him out of the building. Like, nigga, no, we got fucking Elvis on ice here. Get the fuck out of here. Let him figure that shit out. But no, that's why I keep asking you every time we do these shows, how did this white boy get all this fucking clout? How?
Because that, look, what kind of business person makes a deal, strikes a deal with a person, that they getting the worst end of the deal. At that point, you got to say they're not a good business person.
Yes.
Okay? All right.
Thank
That's
you.
just coming down to it. So if that's Phil's weak point, he needs to get a pit bull in there to do the job he can't do. That's
Or let Aaron Greenberg handle that shit.
I don't care. Sick him
Aaron,
on him.
I got you. I got Dia and I got you, E-Rock.
Okay, I'm about to finish up. I know I've been going at it, but
we
Dia,
like it when
we
you talk.
love to hear you talking. That piece of shit Ramo is in the crowd now, so you're the only one he want to hear.
Yeah, Day, I passed the mic at you when it was 50 minutes into the show. We're now 25 minutes. Trust me, we don't have an issue with you speaking.
No, we don't.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna finish this off though, because I know Bot's waiting too. He's patient. But I just wanted to say that that's how I feel about it. And if nothing changes, if things continue to stay the same, if we, and also, and I want to say to everybody in the chat, you have every right to be upset because these are the developers that Microsoft has worked hard to buy. These are people who have busted their butts. Look at what 343 has done this year. I'm so proud of them. Yes, I'm proud of them. I'm not ashamed of them. Look at what they've done with that game and where that game is headed. They'll never get no recognition from a person like Keeley. But that's the point. They need somebody to fight for them. They're developers just like PlayStation developers are, just like Nintendo. They're not less than. You're not less than. I'm not less than. And what they're trying to say with this is that there's a whole segment of us that don't matter to the gaming industry.
We're not represented.
We're not represented at all. Representation without with taxation or whatever. You're getting taxed, right, all the time, but you're not being represented at all. I mean, think about it. Microsoft has no representatives. Although Phil allows it, that's just the fact. Whether it's in the media, you can look at reviews too. You have 2 reviewers that looked at an Xbox version and 100 and some that looked at a PlayStation version. There is no representation for the box that we play on. So when you look at a review, you don't know if it works well or not because there's nobody out there speaking for the box that you paid for.
Dia, this shit ain't going away either. I've already seen 10 YouTube videos of YouTubers asking why is Hogwarts Legacy being blacklisted. This is not going away. This ain't going away.
That if I had to pick one game that should have been on there, I do believe Starfield should have been on. But Hogwarts, I would yield Starfield to Hogwarts for what it accomplished this year. I want to say that. And I didn't even play the game. But I know how good it was because I heard people talk about it and I saw playthrough of it.
It's a travesty. It's a joke. It's get the fuck, like, what? Huh? Like, if anybody can make some sense to this, please do.
Right. So, that's why I was saying that, I think both games should be on there. But if I had to yield to any game, it wouldn't be Baldur's Gate 3. It would be Hogwarts. So,
hey, dear, let me agree with you on that. And it's like you trust people of what they said about a game and what it means, how accurate a game is and the options that a game have. See, to me, I'm waiting on someone. I loved what's the game? Alan Wake. I love Alan Wake. Nightmare. But I'm waiting on someone I trust to say how great it is, because Rand jumping out saying how great Alan Wake is, that just cost them $70. I ain't buying shit until somebody like Shisno and Lee, E-Rock, Tuckmaster, or somebody I trust to say, hey, Zink, this game is the shit.
If we tell you it's great, go buy it. If I tell you Mortal Kombat 1 is the shit, and I made a mistake by dissing it when it first came out, if I tell you, Mortal Kombat 1 is that shit, then it must be true. If Tuck tell you this something is, if Unlimited Production tell you the RoboCop is banging, the motherfucker is banging.
Word up.
Yeah, it's banging, man.
Yeah.
That game is banging like I don't know what.
Adidas 20 with the super chat. He said, Sony media developers and ponies know Xbox arrived. Look at 2023 for Xbox. They are scared. Game Pass is fucking waiting list.
What he's saying is there's a waiting list to get into Game Pass. And I was going to go off on Adidas 20 on what he said. And there is a waiting list for Game Pass. And just to say one of the things that I was going to say, let's see, who's Sega Man? Sega Man's favorite guy, Destin Legary, He said, "Hey, Xbox, we don't need advertising on Call of Duty on the Xbox dashboard." Really, bruh? Okay, I got something for Destin too.
Okay, so I'm gonna hurry up then. Okay, so yeah, this is the last part I wanted to say. So yeah, I do not feel that we're being represented in the Game Awards. I don't think Xbox is. I don't think most of those reviewers, every time we see the reviews come out, it's like 100-1 Xbox. So the people who's voting on there don't represent us.
Mhm.
And whether or not, like I said, Phil allows it or not. And so I personally will never look at the Game Awards because it's not for us. It's for and I think Sega Man said this exactly how I feel. This is an award show to celebrate Sony and Nintendo. It's not meant for us. It never has been and it never will be. Okay, so there's no reason for me to watch it. Jeff wants your eyeballs on there so he can make money from the advertisement. If you want to feed Jeff and keep filling his pockets of money, watch that show. Okay, watch it. You can if you want to look at the trailers, wait till after. I do that all the time, and a lot of times people will have a show talking about the trailers and you know the things that came out. It's going to be people talking about it.
They're also uploaded simultaneous or like right after their announcement.
Right after,
like
exactly.
So
there's no need to even watch the show,
yeah.
you know. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but I'm just saying if you are an Xbox
Tell them
person,
what to
whether
do.
you're an Xbox only person or you have PC and Xbox or something like or Nintendo Xbox, and you love Xbox, let's say Xbox is your main console, then do not continue to feed into what Jeff Keighley is doing. And if you love the developers over there at Microsoft, you have to make a statement some kind of way. If you watch the whole Game Awards, you're giving him money. You're giving his advertisers money. You're giving him what he needs. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about the games. The guy doesn't play them.
No, he don't.
He only cares about the money and the advertisement and the fame. That's what he cares about.
You got that right.
So you have to make a decision on what you want to do. If you really are upset at what Keighley is doing, make a decision. You know, and stick by. I haven't watched it. The Gotti since what was that? What was that year? 2021 when Forza Horizon 5 wasn't nominated. It was snub. Was that 2021?
I believe it was.
I think it was 21. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So
I'm pretty sure Halo wasn't nominated in 2021.
Halo wasn't either. Yeah,
Halo wasn't nominated.
I know for a fact Gears 5 wasn't nominated in 2019.
Oh my God! Did you not forget that when Gears and Gears 4 came out, if I'm not mistaken, they should have been nominated, and that was the year where I think Overwatch won. You guys forgot about that shit?
Yeah.
Did you hear which was only an online only. Listen, when Forza got nominated Best Racing Game, and they gave it to Rocket League, that's supposed to be a sports game, that tells you everything you need to know about how the Game Award Committee works. Because the real fact is, the game. Go ahead, brother.
No. Finish.
What I was going to say, the way the Game Awards work is the committee picks all the games they want to pick from what came out that year, right? Then they make the ballot of the games. Then they put it out to the gamers and say, oh, yeah, pick what game you think is best for these games. When it's supposed to be what Jeff Keighley's supposed to do, God damn it. Because now I'm getting fucking mad with this guy. Okay? What he's supposed to do is put a ballot up a month before for the gamers of all the games that came out, and you vote on the games. 20 games, right? All together in 20 different categories, 10, whatever the case may be, or 30 games. And based on how many people vote, then he shows it to the committee, and they put in their choices. That's how it's supposed to be done, you fucking cock-sucking Jeffrey the Giraffe-looking motherfucker. Okay? We all know you are undercover faggot, and you like to eat fucking cock. We all know because I've never seen you with a girl in my life. Since you've been in the history of gaming, never seen it with a girl. Ever. Not even in the red carpet, goddamn. So you know he's gay. Okay, I know he's gay.
You know damn well his true love is Kojima, man.
Yeah,
that's right. The only time when you seen that man post something with someone in an affectionate way was when he was having breakfast with Kojima-san. My dude,
Hey,
Never with a
Peabody.
woman, never with a lady. So we all know he's flamboyant, for lack of a better term. Okay.
Hey,
Mhm.
So
hey,
I don't.
Peabody, let me tell you something, man. Now you just made me mad at Dia.
Okay. Why?
And see,
See, I'm
now that
sorry. I
I'm
didn't
mad,
mean to make him mad at you.
now that I'm mad at Dia, Ramos punk ass is gonna hear this, and his wife is not gonna give me any of this great rice she makes because he's gonna hold
Oh
me
shit.
accountable. Now
Grandma
you just
defend
Oh,
me.
you just brought up 100%. You just brought up Gears, and Dia refuses to play Gears with Sega Man and I.
oh,
But go
damn,
ahead,
dear, you still leaving these men wait. Oh my lord.
she hates us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
She ain't
yeah.
gonna hear the last of it until it happens.
Toolman said it's a 4-hour tour tonight. I love it. You all speak
Hey,
on it. Yeah. Hey, listen. I haven't gotten to Zinc or Hebot
Yeah, I'm
yet.
about to
So
yield to
yeah,
him
this
now.
this might be this gonna be a long.
You know what? You know one thing I gotta ask y'all this. I gotta ask you all this, and say I'll call Second Man on live too today. He gonna go there talking about the competition. Spider-Man, I mean Sega, I mean Sony is not a competition for Microsoft. So the competition gonna always be there, and you know the reason why the competition will always be there because Amazon trying to do their own thing, Google still trying to do their own thing. That's where the competition is at.
It
So,
is, but as long as the
Sony-
media
if
access
Sony
it,
go- and I won't, and that as of right now, I want Sony to go out of business so damn bad you just don't know. I want them to go out of business. Me and Evoc and all this, they're not good for the industry. Let's put it like this.
I
Like you
agree.
said, Iron Man only one came out this year that they really had come out. Okay, they don't have money no more like they used to. They ain't gonna never have that money because now half the revenue is gonna go to Microsoft since they bought Blizzard and Activision and King. So look for that money. And I was reading this article the other day that that Phil Spencer talked about that Nintendo and Sony welcome to the family. And I thought about that too. And I went on there and put a thought to that. I said, you know what? He's right because they got to buy Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the only game that they don't get, and that is it. So see, everybody thought back then one time, well, MBG gonna go and talk about, well, they gonna turn around, that be needed. Microsoft gonna do what they said they're gonna do. Now Microsoft is not gonna go out and give Nintendo or either Sony their advantage. Welcome to the family, and that's it because you still got them. You got to still pay Microsoft to play the games on your system, and it's not on your Game Pass. That's done. And all that shit is done and over with. So when it comes down to it, no, Sega Man, you're lying. You lied your ass off. Because as of now, Sony don't have they don't have no business being in this. And I hope they get their ass kicked. And I hope they go down with the motherfucking ship. And that is how I feel about that shit.
Be patient, Tuck. A little while longer. This is what the way I look at this. I know I was long-winded earlier, but the way I look at this whole shit with the media with Geoff Keighley, this is basically lashing out because of the last 3 years the Xbox had, which was highly successful, highly profitable.
Yeah.
Buying Bethesda, buying Activision Blizzard, they're just lashing out. It's an old journalism tactic called out of sight, out of mind. If we don't report about you or talk about you, you don't exist. But it's not going to work because Microsoft holds all the cards and they know this. So how do you get back at them? Well, you snub them at the Video Game Awards. But like Diz said, we need a show of our own. I keep forgetting about the Golden Joystick Awards. The only problem with the Golden Joystick Awards is it has no visibility, and this asshole does, right?
But you know what?
And their visibility is power.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. No. Stop the Phil Spencer need to resign bullshit.
No, we're not saying.
Listen, he's been too successful he still has objectively been too successful to be kicked out. Do you want me to pull up the financial numbers? Because that's the most important thing. Y'all do realize that the quarterly reports they get that seem to be record breaking every fucking quarter. It seems like that's way more important than this bullshit awards show. So anyone who says Phil's need to resign, you could really go fuck yourself on that narrative. It's just not going to happen. Right. Nobody who's that successful see your boy Jim Ryan. He's a failure.
He's not more. Geoff Keighley's not more important than Phil Spencer. That's the bottom line.
Right, exactly. He ain't making that. you know, I don't know if Mike Johnson meant anything bad. I don't know, but
No, me and Mike go back and forth. So I know Mike. Okay. Me and Mike, okay. Yeah, we be going back, and he's one of the few PlayStation dudes I don't kick out because we be getting debates in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he knows I call his ass out when he start that nonsense.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't want nobody putting words in my mouth. I'm not saying that.
Oh, no.
Perfect, and what I'm doing today is pointing out a flaw that I have.
Whoa, Phil is perfect.
That's not my words. I just want to. I have a serious problem with this, and if I sat down with Phil, I would say that. But I like a lot of other stuff that he does, but that doesn't mean that he's perfect, right?
Dia, I got 100% what you was saying. It's what I've been saying for the longest time. He-Bop been saying. Mr. 100 been saying. Saying that Phil Spencer even jokingly needs to resign is like saying that the CEO of Netflix needs to resign. Like what? Yeah. The entire streaming industry exists because of them. All, PlayStation and Nintendo, are allowed to exist in this space.
Whoa, hold on. I call E-Rock in a small lie because Don Matrick, let's quote Ice Cube perfectly. The nigga they love to hate, Don Matrick. He said, "Hey Netflix, why don't you stream your stuff through this Xbox right here?"
That's true. That's true. Don Matrick.
As much as people hate Don Matrick, he made Microsoft a lot of money, and people don't realize that.
Don Matrick said, come on our platform, but it was Netflix that decided to go in and start fucking paying out all of this money to produce original content. After Netflix became this giant, all of this shit started popping up like fucking Jiffy Pop, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, all of this shit because of them. So Phil Spencer has been very successful. We just want him to have that little bit of dog in him, and he do got that dog in him.
Hey, E-Rock, you know that Netflix started on PS2, but I'll tell you when I speak, I'll tell you how it started.
I used to have my DVDs delivered in the mailbox from them. They're headquartered in Elgato, California. I'm saying from those humble beginnings of being on these small platforms and getting exposure that way, that wasn't enough. What they had to do was they had to get Netflix on them fucking cell phones. I digress. Yeah. The rest is history. But Phil Spencer has been successful. We just wish that he would like cut his ties with these people that are disruptors. And again, I'm gonna go back to what I said there when I did that rant earlier. Geoff Keighley is a disruptor in the gaming industry. And we've already seen the damage that these disruptors do, because look at how Marvel and Disney is crumbling apart. We cannot let gaming be the last domino in this chain of entertainment falling apart, because soon it's going to be we're going to get to a situation where, well, if people are saying, I don't want to pay I don't want to pay $40 to go see a movie, I wait for it to come on streaming. What will be the next step? Will Game Pass benefit from motherfuckers saying, I don't want to pay $70 for a game? Or will the industry itself crumble? We don't know. Gaming is in a good place, but when we have shit like this, where since your next He-Bot or Outer Zinc, where we have shit like a game is being blacklisted because of political views. We have shit like Starfield is not nominated for Game of the Year because you don't fucking like Xbox. Somebody has got to do something. Somebody, and I heard what you said. It got the Golden Joystick Award. That's great. Nobody knows who the fucking Golden Joystick is but you. Yeah. These motherfuckers here have a platform, and He-Bot, that's dangerous to let these motherfuckers have a platform the way it was dangerous to let Rotten Tomatoes have a platform for all of those years. They have never taken down that 26% for Batman versus Superman. That shit will live forever, even though y'all all discovered that movie was great. But the fact of the matter is we can't keep letting these disruptors damage our entertainment industry and move on. Geoff Keighley is a disruptor, and I'm going to stick to this until the day I die. You guys need a gaming show that's for you and by you, that's voted on by the gamers, because gamers would have had everything up there, like Vampire Savior and these small indies, and Starfield would have been up there. Like somebody's got to speak up on this shit. Like my man over at Sony that created God of War, David Jackson.
I'm trying, but I'm waiting for my turn.
They're trying to close out.
Well,
It's gonna get unlimited in this because E-Rock.
Let E-Rock finish. Then we're gonna move to Zinc, and then we're gonna close with Hebot.
Where is David Jaffe? Where are these people with the big voices in the industry? They just said we can't fight for you. God damn it. I'm nobody. I can't fight for you. We can't fight for you. Where's David Jaffe? Where's Todd Howard saying? What kind of fuckery is this? Hey, Todd Howard, it's okay to be pissed because your game didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. We can't fight this fight for you. God damn it, Dia. I don't want to fucking fight this fight for them. Y'all millionaires. If y'all can't fight for yourselves, then fuck you.
And here's the thing: what is their incentive to fight, though? If they are millionaires, if they are super successful, what does that mean to them?
Because they cannot rest on money. They can't rest on just that. They do need to defend their brand.
But a brand that okay, yeah, and I do agree. But let me play devil's advocate, if you will. The biggest game release in Bethesda's history was what?
Starfield.
So what does not getting an award affect? How does that affect them?
It's not just the award; it's the entirety of the gaming industry and what they do. They hurt the reviews. They hurt the image. They go and attack Xbox developers and their publishers.
And yet it hasn't. But it hasn't worked
so far. If that continues on, do you think that's not going to whittle away at people?
No, I don't.
I don't. The movie industry.
Listen, we're 10 days, but we're 10 years into this. 10 years. That's long enough that there's a generation of kids who grew up in an era of nothing but negative Xbox news, and yet Xbox is breaking record. How long does it take for this to affect them? Is my question.
Unlimited production. You and I never disagree on anything. We're always using the same mind. But Disney, over there and wherever they're at, California, wherever. They thought they were untouchable because they had billions of dollars. Yeah. Look at them now.
That's true. Every ship can sink. It's true.
Every ship can sink, but unlimited production is 100% correct.
Oh, he has a great point. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Now we are in the know, but it's like I said. I said this some time ago. The gaming media only represents less than 4% of the buying public. That's why Starfield has its numbers. You can hear every corner of the media hates Redfall, but they choose to neglect Matt Booty's words and Matt Booty said Starfield made its numbers. They will not say that, but that's a fact. Everybody has been hating Halo since maybe 3 weeks after it launched. After Halo made more than $1 billion in under 7 weeks, they continue to hate Halo. Halo has consistently stayed in the top 20. Meanwhile, games like, what's your favorite game, Unlimited? That one Souls game? What's that game?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring has been out of the top 40 several times. Okay, but everybody in this less than 4% of the media praise it to death. They don't understand the damn thing. But Dia, you are right in some things, but ultimately, the consumer will prevail. And it shows.
And here's the thing, and E-Rock brings up, say, Disney or other brands that have shot, but they're suffering because of their own actions. And I just don't, and I don't think that okay, they paid off reviews on Rotten Tomato. I don't know how many percentage of moviegoers
pissing off the fan base.
I don't know the percentage of moviegoers who go to Rotten Tomatoes, but I'd be stunned if it was more than like
a lot.
It was in the day. It had a reputation.
Can you give me what would your assumption be on the number?
I never heard of Rotten Tomatoes until I met E-Rock.
Probably, but you don't follow entertainment. That's okay. Probably about 60% of moviegoers follow Rotten Tomatoes, and goddamn it, that's a lot. That's a lot.
But a lot of people that go to Rotten Tomatoes too are casuals.
But gaming, the gamers don't do that with Metacritics and nothing. Because listen, if I go to IGN's channel right now, their most popular video on the IGN YouTube channel is a Spider-Man movie trailer, not the game trailer. A movie trailer. So their reviews, a popular review is like 1 million. So 1 million people see an IGN review and see it's 9 out of 10. and let's say some of them are PlayStation fanboys.
Mhm.
Okay, they go to an Xbox channel and say, "Hell, ha ha, Spider-Man," but the vast majority, but yet, okay, of the 1 million, Sony said, let's take Sony's numbers at face value for once. 5 million. What was he about? 5 million people bought that bullshit that they claim.
Which one?
Spider-Man
2? I think it was at 4.5 as of last.
Yeah,
Right.
so other million people who
No, they
watched
ain't
that
hit 6
Spider-Man
yet.
2
No.
review, I guarantee not a million. The million who all watched it didn't buy Spider-Man, despite seeing the reviews. So let me be nice and say 500,000 of them. So only 500,000 saw that review and bought Spider-Man because of it. And I just don't think that's a large enough number in the gaming space, at least, to have this huge, massive effect on Xbox that could just tear it down one day. Now, with that said, I'm a fair man. There has been cases of smaller games and smaller studios that has been affected by it. So I'm not ignorant to it. You know, so y'all are so I'm not. And by the way, I'm playing devil's advocate. So it's not like this.
Well, I think I think what you mean, the real damage, which you're right, is really how it's affecting the possibility of upcoming developers to shine, which is what I said earlier.
Yeah. Like
I have something for that too.
Yeah, so I'm playing devil's advocate here, guys, just for the case of discussion.
And I respect that. I'm gonna land my plane because these two guys got to speak. In order to back up what Dia said, I have done enough research and entertainment to see Unlimited Production that we cannot let another William Randolph Hearst or another yellow journalist take over the fucking media.
Yeah, but that's happening. But that is already happening, and it's called Sony's games. Sony's games are the one that kills off the male lead. It's the one that has homegirl kissing homegirl in the DLC. It's the one that has Spider-Man and deaf players that I guess you can't hear something spray painting and all that stuff. So it is happening, but. And it could happen to Xbox. Who knows?
Xbox has enough money now, enough clout, and owns enough studios where they could fight this shit off forever. But like I've seen situations with Warner Brothers where a bunch of small little voices, 60% of a bunch of small voices, can suddenly become loud voices.
Exactly. They listen to that small minority.
That movie's terrible. Don't go see that. Mm-hmm. Hogwarts made $1 billion, but shit like this could hurt that game's resale.
Yeah,
you know that game is still, you can still purchase that game. It's little shit like this, and all of these Game of the Year nominees will immediately in December see a bump. So you're not going to tell me that this guy Geoff Keighley doesn't have his shows do not have a cumulative effect on this shit. I've seen it, and all I'm saying is that these games are not going to get a fair shot until we get our own show. We cannot let these people control the industry, but it's not my fight to fight. If Phil Spencer and Todd Howard can't just say, well, we made $1 billion off of Starfield, or we made $1 billion off of Hogwarts Legacy, or Xbox is sitting pretty, because you may not get damaged in the long term, but it's those little cuts and it's those little bullet holes and it's, God damn it, you everybody on this panel, did y'all not just live through Redfall and see what a few negative reviews can do? That announcement that Matt Booty did was great. That's fantastic, Zeke. But they did enough damage to that shit through the media that people said, I'm not going to buy that game. And if y'all don't understand this, there's nothing I can't teach y'all.
But E-Rock, it's too late. They already bought it.
But here's the thing.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. More people were supposed to buy it, dude.
But agreed. Something negative. Look at what happened with Redfall. But when they want to spin it positive, which in my opinion, Spider-Man was worse. Look at how good that one is doing. See, that's
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
But dear, Spider-Man is supposed to do better than that with 50 million consoles in the market. It's supposed to do way better than this. Is the number one action hero on the planet.
Well, Spider-Man should have
Spider-Man should have been at 30 million. Okay,
but 5 million of them bought it though because of word of mouth.
That ain't nothing. Hey, but check this out. It does matter.
Remember,
because
10 out of 10, Zink. 10 out of 10. Think about
10 out of 10 what?
think about how they were praising Spider-Man.
10 out of 10, 5 out of 5.
But hey,
was
but
saying that game was
dear,
great and all
hey,
this,
dear,
even though it's buggy.
dear, listen. This is my point. 4% of the population say 10 out of 10, but only what 4 million people bought this piece of shit. See, Spider-Man is a game where you're supposed to, like when Halo first dropped, 28 million people were playing this game, and it diffused the Forza Horizon 5 numbers. Now Forza Horizon 5 is at 33 million people. See, when you have a game, Spider-Man only makes money at point of sale. That's it.
Which that's a great point, because Sea of Thieves kind of had the opposite effect that Redfall did. It had the negative reviews, all the hate, and it had the massive turnaround. So
Correct.
So in a way, I guess sometimes like my thing is though. The problems with entertainment is that they're shooting themselves in the foot, making content that people don't like, people don't want. They're destroying beloved characters that people grew up with and stuff, and that's causing the death of like Marvel and all that stuff. Because people like Iron
100%.
Man, they don't give a fuck about fucking Wasp or some shit like that. You know, and as a result, moviegoers are just not going to spend money to watch a movie that's called Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It sounds stupid as fuck, especially after somebody as cool as Iron Man. So I think they're with stuff like that, you know, that's the bigger issue. And the issues with the other IPs, you know, like me and E-Rock, we're both Star Trek fans, and you know that's had a hell of a run, like a tough run these last 2 years with the bullshit they were putting out, and it was because of their own actions, you know. For every DC, I do think that the downfall for a lot of them is going to be more so what the studios or what the producers or however you put it is doing. But you know, with that said, what they're saying, Zinc, it's not like it's not invalid or we don't have examples.
They're correct.
It's just that I just don't know how far reaching it is.
How to measure it.
It could have a detrimental, lasting impact on the laggards, which is the last form of consumer. The early adapters, which are us. Okay, then there's the casuals that's going to slip in and buy the game because they don't. Go ahead.
It will be. I'm sorry to cut you off. Please,
Go ahead, man. Okay, let's go.
It will be far-reaching, dear Zinc, under the production of Hebot, until, like with the movies, the people finally woke up and said, "I'm not paying to see this trash. I'm not paying to see this Marvel trash no more." And I was saying, "Wow, you're only 8 years late."
Yeah, but E-Rock, the reason why they were 8 years late is because even though Iron Man 3 was a shitty movie, they liked Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey.
And what they don't have now is that person. The people that they like are gone. So now they see what we saw 8 years ago.
And it didn't hurt. The Rotten Tomatoes reviewers was giving that shit 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
98, Right. So
100%.
Eventually I do believe gamers are going to wake up and see through this facade called the Video Game Awards show. Eventually they are going to wake up, dear, but it's taken a long time. And in the meantime, developers are getting smacked in the mouth, like Asobo Studios, who should have got nominated for Game of the Year last year with
Arcane.
With a Plague to go. Arcane Studios. These developers put it all in 343. They're getting smacked in the mouth. Microsoft has enough money to insulate themselves, possibly forever. But like this cumulative, at some point, somebody got to say enough. Enough of this shit. That's all we're saying.
Let me go.
And if Hogwarts Legacy being blacklisted doesn't bother you, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing. A game was blacklisted by a fucking award show. How is that representative of me? You're using your power in the media to basically control what I think, what I feel, and what I play. This isn't disturbing to y'all. Then I don't think I knew y'all all these years.
It is me. That's why I said,
you're the only one on my side tonight. Help me out there.
I feel exactly the same way.
You and Dia are correct. But both of you are correct. But the grand scheme of things, Jeff Keighley is not as popular as he thinks. Paris Lily is not as popular as he thinks. Kind of Funny Games may have 2 million subscribers, but they're not as popular as they think. You know,
I mean, the
and
Video Game
that's-
Award last year, real quick, Zig, to add to what you're saying. The Video Game Award last year managed to have over 132 million viewers.
No, it didn't.
Okay,
That's Super Bowl
Bart,
numbers.
that's what I was about to say.
I might kick you out just for believing that.
Listen. Hold on. Listen.
They pull Super Bowl numbers, and you tell me NBC, who would kill for some TV show
Listen,
right now?
I'm just stating.
This shit still on the internet. No, I don't believe.
Listen to me. Oh my God. I'm stating what was said right now. Can the numbers be skewed? Absolutely. But if let's just say the numbers are real, I truly listen to me. Just listen to me. I'm trying to explain.
I know
you're not. Hear me out.
I'll hear you out.
If your boy Heba talking, you know I think what's said.
No, Heba. No, I just gotta get this off my chest. Please let me get this off my chest.
I speak with sense.
No. What you're about to say is going to be 100% correct, but I got to get this off my chest because that 132 million is bullshit. Because throughout my life, especially in the internet age, there are people on this internet who had a YouTube video that had 10 million views that got TV deals. 10 million off of YouTube that got TV, got paid, are millionaires now for a shitty rap video. And you're telling me the Game Awards outdrew the Super Bowl, and not a single company, not a single TV company, not a single media company contacted them and say, "Hey, let me put your award show on Fox." Let me put it on ABC.
It's a valid point, but here's the problem: is why they won't even get a deal. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry.
Continue.
Yeah, it's a very valid point. Absolutely. But the thing is that TV is a dying medium as well. Most people watch YouTube now versus TV. The data shows that, right?
That's okay. But
now, what I'm trying to say
is still the main medium.
Yeah, but it's a dying media. It doesn't get the only thing that gets high views is like Oscars,
Super Bowl,
Super Bowl, game, the New York Giants game, the Dallas Cowboys game.
Yeah, but that's sports.
LeBron James.
That's sports.
That's
sports, and only certain channels carry them, not all. I know what you're saying, but hear me out. What I was trying to say was, because that's kind of what E-Rock is talking about, and that it has a potential to disrupt long term if we allow the fuckery, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: let's just tickle the fancy, right? And just say, okay, let's say if it did have that much viewership, right? Even if it did, most of those people, or probably 90% of those viewers, I'm only going for the show because of the world premieres that he does, because he's getting all these new advanced, shows, secret games. Like, for example, everybody's predicting because of Rockstar's comment that GTA 6 is going to be shown there, right?
So this will be the highest
viewed show in years. Listen, if that's the case, people are going to watch it. Not because of the show, not because of the Game Awards, because of that fucking trailer.
And here's the thing,
because that's how we used to watch the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the highest rated show, right? Like you said, Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
But that's because ever since the beginning of time, we used to get all the summer blockbuster video trailers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All the viewers were watching Super Bowl. Listen, I had
why is the next big blockbuster not having a debut trailer at the Game Awards if it has higher views than the Super Bowl? I mean,
no. Because
Netflix is literally paying millions, possibly
billions. Remember, he's trying to get everybody to help him. He's had musicians and that's it. He had my man Al Pacino that looked like he had Alzheimer's last year on the show, and I felt bad.
That's because his father knows everyone. That's why he's allowed to have these contacts.
But the point I'm saying is, Well, the point I'm saying, I'm not defunking what you guys are saying, or debunking rather. You guys have a great point. It's absolutely true. But what I'm saying is that even if those numbers were real, right? I'm saying hypothetically because we don't really know, and I'm pretty sure that they are skewed, right? Because they just sound unbelievable.
Crazy.
Most of those numbers, 90%, I guarantee you, is casuals going to see the new announcements of games and special world premieres. Because unfortunately, like E-Rock said before, giraffe-looking cocksucker, sucker Dick Keeley, right, has obtained a lot of clout with sponsors, right? And so he get these sponsors to go onto his fucking show and be like, world premiere. Dude, regardless of how much we hate the show, if he fucking shows GTA 6 in that fucking show, it's going to be a big deal because they're going to go see it for that stupid trailer.
If he showed GTA, you know what? Unless you see General Motors, Toyota, unless you see things like that pop up in a big ass 1 minute ad for like $5 million to Jeff Keighley, then you know those numbers are real. Okay, you don't see General Motors, you don't see Toyota, you don't see Ford. When you see those entities pop up at Jeff Keighley's show, you know those numbers are real. They are extremely fraudulent.
It's not there yet, but it's getting there because if you notice the movie media is sucking real hard now. I'm trying to combine movies with games and make blockbusters now.
I got you. I got
you know what I'm saying? And it's mainly because of the success of Mario.
I'm going to condense what I have to say because it'll illustrate everything. And there's no way Jeff Keighley's show don't mean shit.
No. I say him as a person. No, I get
just like Dia said, gave her opinion, and it was really concerning to Dia. Okay, and I'm going to be very careful. Because I've been friends with Ram for over 30 years. Wow. And if I insult Dia in any kind of way, I'm going to starve to death because I can't eat that Puerto Rican rice anymore.
Ram has my back. Huh?
So, man, that Ram ain't shit. He definitely has Dia's back. But, hey, look. Dia, first of all, Dia, do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead and speak your mind. And
all right, I'm gonna hurry up and get out of this. And I got Hebot's back too because I was on Hebot's show in the chat when.
By the way, phenomenal episode you did earlier, Hebot. Forgot to say that.
Oh yeah. I loved it too. Good job.
Your video you did was excellent.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna do a famous plug up when I go and talk a little more.
And Jackknife jumped in there and I handled him. So anyway, and everybody is going to get mad at me right now. And first of all, Radiance 96 at 720, he said something great. Microsoft acts like, this is according to Dia also, Microsoft acts like they need the gaming media. Right now, they don't. You have over 30 studios, ABK, Bethesda, you have the leverage. And it goes further than that.
Make your own media. Shit.
Hey, check this out, E-Rock. They have their own advertising vehicle with Game Pass. Soon as you turn your Xbox on, you're advertising to 40 million consumers. Okay, those are super. Yeah. Yes.
Real quick. Microsoft could control their own narrative. Back in the 80s, there was this company called World Wrestling Federation, right? So the owner didn't want the wrestling magazines covering his shit, so he created his own magazine called WWF Magazine. True story. So they could control their own narrative. Microsoft, absolutely.
E-Rock, I understand that, but that's not the Microsoft way. Because if Microsoft did that since I caught one of our guys in the live, I forget where he was, but he said Microsoft is a $2 trillion company. No, bro, they're borderline $3 trillion.
Yeah, they're almost at $3 trillion. You ain't lying.
Yeah. And they can be, depending on how much taxes they want to play, if they run into unlimited production or not. So, but anyway, here's my overview of everything. I'm so happy Starfield didn't get selected. I'm thrilled. Now it just exposes everyone. Because more than 10 million people played Starfield. Everyone knows how great this
Speak on
game
this.
was. No, everyone that had something to say about Starfield, we all have something different to say. So everyone knows how great this game is, and they didn't nominate it. They nominated it for one category, exposed.
Thank
So
you, Zink.
everyone knows now. And see, we've all known this. I didn't know Hebot. I didn't know E-Rock back in the day, but I was getting kicked off of IGN a long ass time ago, fighting this
I
fight,
believe it.
right? And but I didn't understand. I didn't know you guys until I was, and this is why I give Next Gen 720 a forever pass. I was at the top of the Sears Tower ready to jump. My boy Ramo, my boy Zink Griffin was on the sidewalk yelling, "Don't do it. It's a guy named Next Gen. He thinks Xbox is great." I climbed down. Okay? My life was saved.
He was up there fighting that fight back in the day. I remember.
Hey, bro, right. So, but anyway, dude, it's a good thing that they did that because now everyone gets a chance to see. You're exposed now. And then you have BG saying, oh, I'm naming names. BG, he says, "Oh, you Xbox guys did this. You were the ones hyping Starfield. And now all of a sudden, Starfield, it doesn't get a Game of the Year award." BG, we don't give a fuck, bruh. We know like Dia says, the Game Awards is not our base. Xbox guys, we don't go there for your shit. We have independent thought. I trust, like when E-Rock was driving up and down my street saying, "You gonna play this game." What was that game you forced me to play at gunpoint, E-Rock? What was that game?
Oh my God, I forgot. A
Plague's Tale. Hey man, I was like, E-Rock, I'm playing the game, okay? I'm constantly being threatened. So BG, bruh, we don't care about that. We're playing the game. I have 50 hours on one planet. There's a guy, Wilkins, that have beaten this game 12 times and can't wait to play it a 13th time. There are people from me with 50 hours to people with 500 plus hours.
You don't listen to the media because you're older and you're smart.
Dude,
Plus, no, E-Rock, but he has a big point too, because if you think about it, the Xbox gaming community plays games. They don't be on social.
We play
And the
games.
reason why that's proof of that, Sea of Thieves, 35 million people. Around
Sea
it,
of Thieves.
12 million people. Killer Instincts, 7 million people. You know what I'm saying? All their games have constant growth, and people keep playing them because they're not on the internet worrying about Jeff Keighley or anybody else.
You preach it to the choir. Me and you was in church.
We know this.
Offerings in an empty church for 8 years. We know.
We know. Hey, Hebot has the nerve to bring up Grounded. Grounded is being so built on. They have a Forge mode now, or it's coming.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, are you kidding me? So then Hebot has a show this morning. I really do a lot of my work between 4:30.
That I didn't get invited to.
Yeah, well, Hebot ain't shit. I've been trying to tell y'all Hebot ain't shit. So anyway, so I'm in Hebot's chat. So Jackknife pulls up. Jackknife pulled up, car running and shit.
It was pre-recorded. Just that makes you feel better. I wasn't live.
I know Hebot. I know.
Hey, E-Rock, Hebot lying. I was live in the chat, bro. Hey, so anyway, Jackknife pulls up in the Hebot's chat, and he says $70 billion for what? And the only reason I'm not going to completely obliterate Jackknife right now is because Emmanuel A1 said he's an okay pony. So, and I have heard Jackknife kill Sony fans because Sony ain't doing shit. But he said $70 billion for what? I said, hey, $70 billion. Hey, here's what $70 billion does, Jackknife. It enhances the Xbox portfolio. It increases the net worth of the Xbox division. It's a cash cow. It produces funding for other smaller
More
projects,
games.
like
Yeah, more
like
games.
for
Mhm.
smaller games that Hebot likes, that Unlimited likes, that
Me
Sega
either.
Man likes, that E-Rock likes. Okay, it bolsters your portfolio. It's a great investment. Invest in Microsoft. The
He
stock
knows
is
that.
up.
He knows that. But
Okay,
guys like Jack Move Johnny, they exist off of those awards and shit. It gives them validation
correct.
for buying that $500 Jet box. They need
Yeah.
Okay,
validation for that shit.
so let's venture over to
I don't need
Paris.
validation for Starfield or Hogwarts Legacy. I need to know why a great fucking RPG is blacklisted, Jack Move Johnny. So
Correct.
explain that shit, motherfucker, if you can.
They
Yeah,
don't know.
and then we have Paris. Every time now see, we stay in our lane. I don't have time to go to listen to a pony site. The only pony site I'll listen to from time to time is Ryan McCaffrey, that piece of shit in his podcast Unlocked. Okay, that's the only Sony site I listen to. But anyway, Paris jumps in whenever someone is critical of him, and it's this new guy walking around town named C Money. And what's worse about C Money, he has a wife that's down for the count. And this chick is like Dia. It's like this one chick that I saw
You talking
on
about
New
Doodle?
Doodle. And
Yeah,
yeah,
cool, yeah.
Doodle is like Dia. That is like this guy New Legal pulled onto his chat last night. She was fire. And Dia's girl, what's your girl on Sean's show? Xena.
Xena,
Okay,
yeah.
those girls don't. Oh, and I like the grown women gaming. These women don't play no games. Okay, so but Paris is over here. He jumps in the chats when people are talking about him, the industry, or the Xbox tax. And I wish I knew who created the Xbox tax, like Flip Money Coin Ponybot. I wish I knew who created the Xbox tax, because that person needs proper praise. And Hebot, I hate to say this right now, because Hebot, hey Hebot, are you okay right now? Are you calm, Hebot?
I'm a little calm. But I have a feeling you're about to piss me off. Go ahead.
Yes, I
Give it to
am,
him.
because
Give it to
I'm
him.
about to increase Hebot's heart rate because your boy Paul Tassi. See, this is
What the fuck I said? I knew it. Go ahead.
See, all of this stuff that you guys are talking about, and Paris says, if you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's just our opinion. But what it culminates into is Paul Tassi creating the new narrative. Paul Tassi said, I'm worried about Xbox because they can't seem to have a Game of the Year nominee.
Why are
What we know is
why are you
fixed.
worried about a $675 billion company? Why are
That
you,
increased its net worth, E-Rock. So what are you talking about? And then let's give this one to Unlimited, because I usually follow Unlimited, because Unlimited inspires me. A child shall lead us. Here's boy Destin Legary. He's over here telling Xbox, hey Xbox, you don't need to advertise Call of Duty when I turn on my Xbox. What? What the fuck? You know,
Of course they can. It's theirs. That's how they
really?
kill
That's
Sony having the marketing deal.
If
Hey,
Desmond
hey, man.
doesn't like
That's
it,
the
he should always
loophole.
play on Sony's PlayStation. He doesn't need
Hey, Toyota, don't advertise during the Texas game. Don't advertise during the Bengals. Don't advertise during the Eagles game.
And, you know, it's just ridiculous. And you know what? Nene29, he said something. Damn. Oh, I forgot what Nene said, but Nene said something that was great. And then, hey, I'm gonna leave it on this because I could go on this all day. But everybody's favorite, all the YouTube, they love this one guy. If ACG says it, it's gospel. It's word.
Like Christ return. You know, this guy.
Listen, Paul
I don't
Dick
even know who he
Tassi.
is.
Hey,
Why the
D,
fuck
you
you
don't
not
know who
worried
ACG
about
is?
how Sony keep losing employees? How Bungie just laid off a bunch of people after they promised they wouldn't?
executives
How
got shown the
fucking
door?
how the PlayStation VR2 failed? How Jim Ryan got fired or stepped down? How nobody they're not doing no more games of the live service. They're pushing back. and how they don't have no fucking goddamn first party games because Spider-Man is not first party. That's a paid exclusive, right? That don't belong to them. And look at how much backlash is getting because they're fucking pandering to the goddamn transsexual community.
I'm not gonna let you go, Hebot. Hey, hold on one second, dear.
I'm joining forces with you.
No. You're not finished. You better finish saying all of the deficiencies of Sony. You better close it out because I'm coming right after you. Go finish this shit.
Paul Tassie's not worried about PlayStation with all of them problems you mentioned because they won Game of the Year for Spider-Man. And that's all that matters to them. The company could be burning, Rome could be burning down around them, but long as Geoff Keighley get them Game of the Year, they happy. This is where we're at, bro. Go ahead, Hebot.
Hebot, you want me to help you out? Hey, Hebot. Then I knew Jim Ryan was done when that email was released. When they said he was talking to Fidelity Investments. Fidelity Investments was like, we don't believe a word you saying. You full of shit. And when that deal got closed by Xbox, he was gone. Hey, dude, it was crazy, but it's so many things that it's just ridiculous. But I'm glad overall. I'm just going to end it because I have too much to say. But I'm glad this happened because
that nigga had no idea that when he went around the world to 80 days, that was his farewell tour.
Dude, it's crazy. Hey man, but hey, all in all, I'm happy that Starfield didn't get nominated. You guys know I like this game. I'm glad it did. I'm glad it got shut out because now we know, everyone knows, the smallest person could know that all the Geoff Keighley stuff is fraudulent. Hey, last thing before I get out of before I let Hebot go. How about last year, and Unlimited knows this better than anyone. How about last year when all of those Xbox sites were just blasting Phil Spencer for sitting there looking stupid at Geoff Keighley's show?
Yeah.
When he just sat there, they were killing this dude, and then he dropped Unlimited's Game of the Year Hi-Fi Rush on the top of their head a month or so later.
And stuff like that is why your boy Unlimited isn't reactionary, and you rarely, if ever, find me just going from 1 to 100 over the slightest news. My thing is always just to kick back, because the facts come out anyway. If 2023 haven't taught you guys anything, patience is a virtue. Because we learned a lot this year, and the people who did the most talking is the Sony side.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Somebody playing a carnival back there.
Hey, Tuck.
I think that's Tuck.
I'm like 99% sure that's Tuck.
I'm not
anyway, man, y'all go ahead, man. I'm loving this shit, dude.
No. There's just a lot of background noise. I was wondering if you were playing with your puppies or something.
It was me. I got this volume down now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know.
The 2000 podcast is still ain't learned the rules yet. Go ahead, Hebot.
Hey man, hey, E-Rock, get off Tuck. It's Sega Man's fault. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Hebot, you there?
He's gone.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Hebot. I'm gonna pass the mic to you, and then we're gonna start wrapping it up because this has been a fantastic show, but it's also been a long
love
show.
This show.
No, we're trying to get you in the same realm as Sega Forever, so you need to stop.
Exactly.
I see. Y'all think, you know what? At this point, I gotta make E-Rock the host because he's the one without the job.
You ain't shit, Unlimited. You ain't shit.
Adidas 20 with the $2.
He put it out in the street. God damn.
Ponies will say Pro's better than PSP. Man, don't say it. Look, listen, Adidas. They're losers over there. And as losers, they got to hold on to anything, right? And instead of just embracing that they're losers and that they need their brand to do better, it's like they live in this weird reality, Adidas, where they've got to take literally anything. That's why this awards nomination.
Yes.
Listen, they're happy. The Spider-Man isn't even going to win this fucking award, but they're happy because Xbox isn't on there. And so which think about how think about how much of a loser this is. Like being happy your team just made the playoffs instead of winning the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much of a loser these guys are. They're just happy to be there. They're just happy to be seen. They're just happy to have some positivity because this year, Adidas, they've had nothing. They literally had the former CEO come and tell them that their exclusives aren't profitable, they need third-party support, third-party funds their games, and they can't survive without Call of Duty, among a million other fucking things.
Microsoft then bought Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And the executive was shown the door.
And not only that, and to top it all off, E-Rock, the best-selling game on their platform was an Xbox game called Call of Duty. So Adidas, they need this because unlike us who game, we talk this, we have our fun, we're passionate gamers. That's why Daya could be upset. That's why E-Rock could go off for 20 minutes. That's why Zeke and Hebot could be brilliant. But the point is, at the end of the day, we get back to real life and we do something called, that's right, have fun. Because on Xbox, we not only have games, we have options to play them that won't make us be homeless. Thanks to Game Pass, right?
Where he get homeless?
I was going to pay my rent, but I had to buy Spider-Man.
Hey! If you saw what I saw on Twitter with a dude who bought a PS5 this week, you know what I'm talking about. So
porn there.
Did you see what I'm referencing to? I ain't putting that shit on screen. I'd rather kill myself.
Please don't.
Look at
Are
you talking about the dude that was butt ass naked with the PS5 bundle?
And it made me sick. All right, and it made me sick, and it made me so sick that I almost delete the Twitter account.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck this. Listen, your boy Unlimited.
I'm gonna send you a pic. I'm gonna send you a pic, Unlimited, so you can put it up on the screen.
And I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, let me know. I'll meet up with you, Unlimited.
Yeah, he about trying to send me pic. Come on, he bought. This ain't Spider-Man 2. I don't swing that way.
I mean,
right.
Like he just with a cigarette after doing what he did. I mean, that looks sick, man.
It's just for exposure, so we can expose them. That's it.
Yeah. I can't.
Unlimited. I know you might kick me off the show, but Adidas 20, let me cuss his ass out. Because you just read this chat right here from him, and he brought up the Portal is and the PSP. Hey, Adidas 20. How about that new handheld that Sony just brought out? That means nothing.
That is the Portal.
That is the Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, with the $200 headset, that shit ain't wow. It ain't even Bluetooth, dude. Yeah. They have to get a new headset.
Yeah, they need money, so they got to gouge their customers out too. That's why they raise. That's why they're the first to raise prices on everything. Raising the PlayStation Network or whatever their subscription is called by $40 a year or $60.
I mean, the Portal is just a Wii U Pad 2.5. That's what it is.
Whenever I hear the Portal, I want it accompanied with the headset, because you need that headset if you're on a train, because every Sony person they ride the train, all of them, and you can't even get on the train with this because your PS5 have to be on, and you can't even cut the grass with that shit. Out of here with that damn thing.
Yeah, man, and PS5 Slim that's still as big as the old console and selling what they call it, heptic kickstands. You know what I'm saying?
That was brilliant. Yeah.
And have Dia's moniker now. That
for $30 and stuff. Yeah. Listen, they're you know what? They're sitting at the same graveyard as Disney right now. It's just people don't want to admit it because they grew up on Sony the way people grew up on fucking Disney. But the difference is that see, and they're making the same mistake Disney did, because Disney drove all their classic IP to the ground, making live action Lion Kings nobody likes, live action Cinderellas and live action Peter Pans everybody hated. and now people look at the classic ones different. That's the same shit Sony's doing by reselling fucking The Last of Us again at full fucking price. Another Spider-Man. They're going to remaster Horizon Forbidden Entertainment next year.
Damn.
Same. Does that not sound familiar, E-Rock?
Yeah, it does. It does.
The same graveyard of shooting themselves in the foot after they were the ones who we were told was on top last generation a decade ago. They're the ones who and here's the thing, like Disney, they had the fucking media backing, and look at them now. They're fucking failures.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, you're right. It does mirror Sony.
Disney.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean the media. I've never seen. I don't know. I generally don't know who had the media in their pocket heavier, Disney or Sony, because they were kissing Sony's ass last generation.
That's a tight race, but I gotta say Sony.
Yeah,
I gotta say Sony.
Because Sony gets away with everything.
Murder.
Hey, the last thing I wanted to say.
Hell, again, they literally had a pedophile get caught,
yes.
and they put, they swept that under the rug for them.
Yes. Hey, shout out to 100 for having his picture up the whole time when he did a show. When nobody else would, him and Turboverse TV had this dude's picture up when IGN and nobody else in the mainstream media wanted to show this dude's face.
Because they're cowards who stand for nothing. The same way that Jeff Keighley is such a coward, he's afraid to put the best-selling game of the year on an awards show to celebrate it. That's supposed to be, that we're told, is a celebration of game, but won't celebrate the one game most gamers has played this year, because they're cowards who stand for nothing. And then as a result of standing for nothing, you see that they have no loyalties, the same way Sony had no loyalties to their fucking audience by screwing them over at every chance. And they wonder why their games don't make money. They wonder why that they're the least profitable. They wonder why they need Call of Duty, because it turns out that I guess people don't like Spider-Man as they fucking thought. And by the way, they don't even own nothing that they put out anymore either.
Own that. Yeah.
Nope. So dead company. So Adidas. So that I know I went on a tangent there, man. But when you're talking about ponies, will say the Portal's better PSP. They'll say Sony's better than God at this point if it props them up. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the last thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
This is the main thing I wanted to say. All of this that happened as a result of the game show, what happened was there's a groundswell of people like J-Rock, Radiance, Mike Johnson, all of these people that everybody has come up. Dia's voice is loud. Hey, Dia, I actually wrote to Phil Spencer. He actually listened to what I said. I was acknowledged. But we're tired of, like Dia said, we're having to tune in to Kind of Funny to hear Phil Spencer. But the thing is, they actually read these things. And last thing I'd like to say is that when Paris jumps on the show, I like for Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg to read the comment section, and they know who their base is. But all of these people that have come up, like us, this group right here, they see it. Trust me, they see it. But anyway, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, and Adidas with the $5 said, PlayStation 5 vertical looks like a space shuttle before takeoff. Yeah, the Challenger, that's what it looks like.
And it looked like a refrigerator. I sent the Limited a picture of this. Some clown put a PlayStation, the new PlayStation Slim and a refrigerator that looked just like it. We'll see if they sell a PlayStation refrigerator.
And Sony isn't smart enough to make a refrigerator to make money off of it.
Hey man, I'm looking at my refrigerator right now, and I never put anything in it. It's just a decoration over here.
Yeah.
Hey,
but still, you bought one.
Hey, Adidas, where were you when I had my podcast? I could have retired off of you.
Adidas is a bad dude, man. There's a lot of dudes in this chat. Adidas ain't no joke.
And by the way, thank you very much, Adidas.
He came through.
Yeah. I try to show appreciation to the chat, because your boy Unlimited is not one of these assholes who think you should give me money, like I've seen other streamers do.
Yes.
Who become these entitled weirdos. But you know what? Stuff like that is that's why I do little giveaways and stuff every once in a while too.
And also that's why we read that's why we read the chat, man. I really
yeah.
value the chat. I draw a lot of energy from the chat, man. And I mean, it even goes all the way back to college. I'll draw some energy off of a kid that was a fan of mine because I played basketball. I incorporate that shit into a presentation in damn college of business. You know,
Yeah.
so I always value people that follow us. But go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But Hebot, man, you got anything else to add before we wrap it up? Because yeah, this is Sega Forever levels, man, and I can't do a 3-hour shift anymore, like he does. Matter of fact, this would be the equivalent. This would be just the intro of his podcast, 2.5 hours in.
Yeah, this is just the
The
introduction.
intro, the commercial break.
Adidas, man, you on Twitter, Xbox? What's the best way to find you? I'll send you a link one day.
Hell yeah, we need to get him and another asshole is Deploy
as his
619.
name
Man, Deploy is rough. He rough
And
dude.
J-Rock
But anyway,
hopped
go
around
ahead.
to different
Yeah,
podcasts.
you know what's rough?
J-Rock is a problem. They better avoid that dude. He's worse than us.
It's you know what's rough, other thing? Me and the podcast with all you animals. You motherfuckers talk so much, no one can say nothing.
Hey,
Hold on. Hebot. You made a 40 video by yourself a minute earlier today.
Correct, Unlimited. Hey, Unlimited. And here, hey, Unlimited. I had so much work to do this morning, and then Jackknife jumped in his chat, and I was like, "You talking shit on a Hebot video?" Man, I was going bang, 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 bang. As soon as he said something, I was on his ass.
Not only did he make a 40-minute video, but he made it being a distracted driver. So I'm trying to get in contact with him.
E-Rock, he was driving over shit. I was watching cops trying to pull him over. E-Rock still talking about some games.
Oh, you guys ain't shit. Hey, you giving me away.
Y'all forget he be running state lines, man.
Straight lines.
Right.
Yeah, he a
Right.
smuggler. Y'all
Get ready, 'cause there's another one coming about Sega too, just about the same way. A little bit,
And Unlimited,
shorter.
and if you listen closely in Hebot's videos, you could hear those bottles clinking around in the back. He's carrying moonshine.
Unlimited, it sound like this.
Oh man.
But he you got anything to add before we wrap it up? Seriously.
I mean, you guys are a tough act to follow, that's for sure.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, look, the Game Awards is something, like I said this in like 2015, 2014 with E-Rock, when we used to do DirectX. And I was like, listen, the awards, look, the bottom line is this: no real gamer plays awards. We don't play magazine articles. We don't play Metacritic. That is the difference between a real gamer and the fundamentals and foundations of the gaming industry and culture versus gamers of today that they're more worried about clout. Oh my God, I need to brag about my Xbox. I need to brag about our game being a 96 Metacritic every time. That's what's going to make me feel like my investment is worthy. Even though all we're doing is gaining games after games after games from third party, first party. See, we have options, like Unlimited said. We can play a game like Starfield and not have to worry about the risk of spending the money if we don't like it. And Starfield was a game that even before it came out on the preview orders, sold already about 6 million units. It was almost 6 million players already on it, if I'm not mistaken. Which proves that Game Pass doesn't hinder us from buying a game. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Cannibalize sales, as they say.
Yeah, which we've seen this time and time again, because even before there was Game Pass, we had Killer Instinct with 12 million players. That's because they bought the game. They had to. You couldn't play it any other way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Titanfall had like 7-8 million players before there was Game Pass. Tomb Raider, when it was exclusive to Xbox, which I still have that tweet by Aaron Greenberg, and before it even went to PC, had 7.8 million players.
Come on now.
Okay? Forza had over 5 million players, right? Horizon 2 got like almost, I think it was 10 plus million players.
Yeah,
and now that same pattern has continued to go with games like Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Flight Simulator, Halo. Geez, for Christ's sakes, listen. The Game Award, the whole existence was to have a good time, to celebrate gaming, like in the Super Bowl, like an E3.
Mhm.
Yeah, it started with good intentions. Yeah.
Right, to spotlight games that were new, fresh, innovative, with new ideas, like Ravenlock, like this year's little hidden gem, or came out late last year, like Hi-Fi Rush. There's no reason, even though it got nominated for like 12 other nominations, that Hi-Fi Rush should not be on that list. Because Hi-Fi Rush was polished, was unique, brought a new IP, new ideas. It wasn't broken, and it had gameplay with a story. It wasn't just a movie or an anime, right?
Come on now, Heba. Come on.
Okay? That should be there. Games like Hogwarts Legacy, because we never had an interpretation on that level of quality, of high quality,
No, absolutely
ever
not.
representing that universe of J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling said, hey, there's only two genders, male and female. She ain't lying. You can't reproduce life.
Right.
You can't reproduce life with men on men or women on women. If you don't like it, sorry, get over it. Your
No.
sexual preference in the room. If you like to suck dick and you have one, that's your problem. If you like to eat pussy and you have one, that's your business. That has no space in gaming. Okay? So again, you mad at J.K. Rowling? Too fucking bad. It's her universe, her creation.
He bought. They tried to boycott the game, and not only that, you got booksellers selling used games, wiping her name off of copyrighted material.
Her
This is
shit.
a minority.
Exactly.
This is not
So-
a majority. It's a minority because that game wouldn't have sold it as well as it did.
Exactly, Dale. It didn't work. It didn't work. And
To
that's
put into perspective, 5% of the U.S. population is the whole community, whole LBG community.
Look,
and here's how small. Hold on 1 second, Hebot. Here's how small the trans community is. Less than 1% of every. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The country with the highest percentage of trans people is Thailand, at a whopping 1% of their population.
Right.
So that shows
And
you
yet
how
they
tiny-
want to cater the movie industry, the music industry, and now gaming industry, and even
they're growing
comics
it.
to
And
fucking trans or that type of community.
Yeah, and they're pretending it's an issue. It's not. The number one killer of trans people are themselves. And their suicide rate.
With their behavior too, plus their behavior.
Unlimited is
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Now,
coming
check
up
this
with
out.
all the
Those are
facts.
facts.
What?
It's called the Unlimited Truth for a reason.
Yeah.
So check this out. So like I said, J.K. Rowling, it's her creation. Too bad. And like Idea just pointed, if it worked, the game would have never sold.
Yes.
That means people don't care about the stupidity. They wanted to play a good game with high quality, with that much in depth that has never been really presented before in a Harry Potter game. Okay, the only game that presented that type of in depth with Harry Potter was the Lego Harry Potter, and that was catered to children. Right?
Yeah,
Right? And there was another one that came out during 360, which I forget the title at the top of my head. I know my sons know. But it played like Gears of War, which was incredible. It was a Harry Potter game that played like Gears of War. Just like the Star Trek that I told you, E-Rock, before, that played like Gears of War.
Yeah.
A very good game. But it didn't sell because at the time, people were just worrying about other stupidities, because that's when it all started. So, again, since I'm trying to go game for game. Now, again, Spider-Man. Why shouldn't it be there? Because it was a messy bug with a lot of proof that it was. And also because it's trying to cater to the woke community, right? Now, it's not about Peter Parker that we're hating because he's trying to pass the mantle to Miles Morales because he's Puerto Rican and black. No, it's the way they're doing it. They're disrespecting Peter Parker like he's an evil white man, when the whole essence of Peter Parker was that he was a nerd. He didn't fit in. He was ostracized. He was the fucking outcast, right? Like all gamers were back in the 80s, that we couldn't even get a girlfriend because we weren't the cool jocks in school and we weren't the drug dealers with the selling with the nice cars, right?
Man,
So-
my chick was fire in high school.
So
and I
hold,
had a
okay,
beat-up
well, good
ass
for you. You play
citation.
football, right?
Yeah, he probably was in the
You
play football?
Basketball.
and
Yeah, that's
football.
right.
Okay, so you were a jock. Shut up. Now,
He about-
again,
You and I grew up with Spider-Man. Spider-man is a hero because he doesn't have to be. He's a hero because Uncle Ben told
because
him.
he
with
chose,
great powers
exactly,
comes
he's a
great
hero
responsibility.
Thank you,
because he
thank you.
chose to be, and he lost everything because he loses Aunt May, Gwen Stacy, he loses Uncle Ben, and his whole life is Mary Jane. Because the best thing he ever gained was that one chick that he thought he couldn't get, and he poured his whole life and love
Yeah.
for her to protect
Yeah.
her and the people of New York. He wasn't a bad person. And in this game, there's a whole segment where she turns to She-Venom, and she's telling Peter Parker how much a bastard he is of being her husband, and that he only thinks about himself and he's a bastard. Okay?
Wow.
While you're fighting her, the Venom costume is saying this shit, making her say this shit like, oh, she's being possessed. But you can tell it's just a woman that wrote it, throwing all the fucking feelings that she has, probably scorned because of her ex-husband, on Peter Parker.
You know,
Okay.
Mary Jane always
He not going
supported
off.
Peter. That's
Nah.
what I liked about Mary Jane. She supported.
No, she was what made Peter become Peter. You get what I'm trying to say? She was what made him a man that became a superhero. It was her
Right.
and the
because no-
love he had for her.
Preach.
You understand?
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's my point. So it's the disrespectful way they're trying
Yeah,
to say,
but-
oh, Peter
but-
Parker's
but
an
you know-
evil white man.
You know what? I'm gonna hold my tongue because I was really gonna say something foul.
Let's hold off to a later date
So-
because I
Yeah,
want to. Could
there's
you
some
talk
things
about?
I just can't say around a woman, man.
Agree. Hey, Heba, could you please tell us? Because I heard you were excited about the Mary Jane mentions and how dominant she was.
Mary Jane is the new superhero with just a little taser gun. I mean, she's fighting creatures, she's fighting gangsters,
Wow.
she's fighting all kinds of, and even look, she's fighting, and when she never needs any help. But in the game, every time Peter's fighting, she has to help. Somebody has to come help him because he don't know what he's doing, even though he's a full-blown superhero.
What?
The matter of fact, he gets killed and stabbed by Craven and dies, and then brought back. I don't tell you how, but he has to walk him as an escort.
Yeah.
She has to walk him as an escort mission while his boy Harry's fighting Craven.
He about
Mary Jane.
I'm gonna tell you how. Like you're not spoiling the whole game.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
You
Unlimited,
know,
kick him off the show.
So let's move on from Spider-Man. Then we got fucking Mario Brothers.
Don't forget, Black Cat is a lesbian now.
Oh yeah, Black. No, but not only that, she undermines him when Miles is talking to her. She says Peter Parker wasn't man enough to keep me, so I had to move on, and I got a new girlfriend. They also threw that in there. They only got go there, but they also threw that in there, right?
Hey, Dia, let's walk off. Hey, Dia, let's walk off the show. He bought line. He have to.
Plus,
No,
listen.
I saw it on YouTube. It's all true.
Plus,
Since
she's the bisexual, right?
Spider-Man.
Well, tell him, E-Rock, because then you'll be called a liar. And because she's the bisexual, she's the only pretty female in the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Because there's no real
Y'all
females in the
tripping.
There's not pretty women in the world. There's not pretty men. It's only ugly people. Okay?
He's telling the truth the whole game. I watch a lot of YouTube videos so I can see if I'm missing anything, right? The whole game is a burial of Peter Parker. And at the end, Peter Parker says, well, you're doing good, Miles. You really don't need me anymore.
No, the city don't need me. You are the new Spider-Man. Right.
Boom.
Wow.
So check it out. So we'll move on for Spider-Man, right? Because that's a joke in itself, right?
I'm shocked. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, my dear. It's really bad. But anyway, and then we got Mario Brothers. His fat ass don't lose no weight, turn into an elephant to make him fatter. So now the water, right? The water, and his trunk lets him. The water in the trunk and his trunk let him jump higher now to higher spaces. What I really should do is call Toomba the Badass Elephant from Sega to come bust his ass, because that's the really dope elephant game that came out as a platform.
This is Sue.
That nobody even played because it's not Mario, even though it's a fucking fantastic game. and it's basically for him to save Princess Peach all over again, right? Same thing he's done 40 games later, right?
Since 1982.
Right, 40 games later, so it's not adding new innovations. It's the same structure. It has a couple of new gameplay mechanics. Okay, no problem. And one more thing I want to mention is Spider-Man. That gliding shit that he does with the little wings, he don't even glide. He fucking flies now. When that was done in Just Cause 4. So don't act like that was the first time somebody did it.
And Gotham Knights.
And Gotham Knight. Thank you.
Yeah.
So then fat ass Mario don't even need Luigi's help no more because he could turn into an elephant. Is doing the same thing in 2D format, right?
Right.
And yet we're celebrating him again like it's doing something new, right? Then we got Resident Evil 4, which I already said in my piece, because Capcom broke as fuck, and the only way they can make money to pay for the new Pragmata that hasn't come out yet, even though it's been 5 years, is by continuing to bring out remasters so people will fall for it, pay for it, and then they can pay for Pragmata, because that's the game I really want to play, because Exo Prime is pretty dope, but it's not my type of game since it's online, competitive, whatever. But again, it's still a good game. It's a good game. And it looks beautiful. Don't get it twisted.
Zombies are coming. Grab a gun, shoot the zombies. You can fight the zombies now. But wait. You never have enough bullets, so you got to go find ammunition and shit. It's been the same.
That's like E-Rock. That's like the Niners, right? Paying the NFL so they allow them to win the Super Bowl all over again because they deserve it since they won it 5 times back in the 80s or in the 90s. That's what it's like, giving a nomination to Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Resident Evil 4.
1 second. 100 with the super chat. Thank you, 100. He said he bought his own demon time tonight. Yeah,
so,
man.
Also,
I let everybody go off tonight, so that's why they felt so long.
Hey, one more thing. 100
ain't shit.
100 definitely ain't shit. Neither Split Money and the rest of that crew. Shout out to them. They debut 10:30 Central Time Saturday nights.
Oh yeah. It was early. It was bright and early, right? So, also, Baldur's Gate is Baldur's Gate. It's a turn-based RPG. Okay, that's been around since actually the Genesis and the NES era. For those who may not know, right? But all of a sudden, because it was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Because they know Baldur's Gate was the only scapegoat to be able to use it as an excuse not to allow Starfield to take the spot. Right? That's all it was. So, and then it turns out that Larry Studio said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're bringing out the Xbox." Oh, you motherfuckers! How dare you? You see what I'm saying?
And the moment
so now that they opened their mouth,
fans didn't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, because but the problem is now since they opened their mouth and put their shoe where it didn't belong, right? They can't roll back. They can't retract because then if they retract, then it just shows that it was just bullshit talk. It was all talk. Right, so they can't do it. So now we got Baldur's Gate in a spot that basically is not. It's just there for PC heads and for Xbox and for console PlayStation heads, right? Then we have fucking the other nomination. The last one that I said that wasn't worthy is the
Alan Wake.
No, not Alan Wake. It's Zelda. Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda. Another open world fucking game with nothing going on, no NPCs, broken weapons. Fucking Zelda gotta be saved again.
And it had Banjo-Kazooie nut and bolt mechanics.
Using Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts mechanics.
Remember, they hated that game. Though.
By the way, when it was on the 360, everybody said it was dog shit. When it was actually revolutionary, and no one had done that before, and the game was ahead of its time. Right? But now because
17 frames per second.
And it was 17 frames per second.
He bought. Not only is it 17 frames per second, but it's 2023 and this nigga still can't talk.
No, exactly. No. Wait a second. You know what they added on Mario? I forgot to tell you. What they added on Mario was talking flowers. Mario don't talk, but you have talking flowers. That shit is it's revolutionary. Revolutionary. Now listen. Zelda ain't do nothing but what that the first game didn't do. Okay, and most people said that it wasn't as good as the first one. It was just the first time Zelda was in an open world environment. That's
Copy
it.
And paste game.
Okay, copy and pasting. Exactly. Now, Alan Wake 2 is the only game there that deemed worthy because if you play the game, you're going to see the new mechanics, ideas, and approach that Remedy had. Remedy has never made a bad game ever.
Yeah, Remedy.
Even Control, that is their weakest game, is not a bad game. You
Agreed,
guys know how good
agreed.
Quantum Break was. You guys know how good Alan
Oh my
Wake was.
God.
You guys know how good.
Wait, that's why
You guys know how good Max Payne was, and Control was still good, even though it's not their strongest game, right? But that's because it was a smaller budget. Now,
for me,
the
Alan
only-
Wake is an outlier because number one, it came out of nowhere. I understand a lot of folks are saying it's good, but until I hear one of y'all say it's good, like I have no desire.
no,
whatsoever
no.
to buy
I
Alan Wake.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you what. I'll buy RoboCop before I buy Alan Wake 2.
Oh no, RoboCop! Oh no! Wait! RoboCop is a sleeper hit. Don't get it twisted. That's another good ass game.
That's what I was telling E-Rock, man. That game.
Yeah. It's a good game, E-Rock. If you get Alan Wake and RoboCop, you're not gonna waste your money. Trust me.
RoboCop should be on that motherfucking list then. But again, man, like all this shit's on the list, but not Hogwarts Legacy. Like I'm not
right. Well, I'm trying. That's what I was trying to say before.
He's cycling through that, yeah.
Hey,
Hold on, but I want to say something. Go ahead.
Did you play Alan Wake, Hebot?
I played 5 minutes, and then I've seen my son play through halfway through the game.
Okay. That all E-Rock and I want is one of us or somebody we trust in the community.
Oh no! If you play the game, you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
trust me.
It's a great game.
If you enjoyed Quantum Break and you enjoyed Alan Wake 1,
I love
you're
Alan
gonna
Wake.
enjoy the craft that Remedy has done. And the thing, I'm not gonna say because I'm not gonna spoil the game because I love the game.
Yeah, please don't.
The things that you can do in the game are innovative. They're doing things that all that bullshit rhetoric. Oh my God, you can only do that with the SSD on PlayStation 5. Now, fuck you. Wait until you see what they do in Alan Wake.
Okay. Because see, what happened to Dia and I, we don't trust Tuck
Oh
Master.
no, I know.
Because Tuck Master, we don't trust Tuck. Tuck and Rand colluded and said, Alan Wake is great, so we don't know. All right.
Right. No, but I want to add something about Alan Wake because it's not just because I'm trying to give it praises, because there's a point here that I'm trying to get. And E-Rock was 100% right when he said it earlier. The only reason Alan Wake 2 is there, okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because they want that if Alan Wake wins, and just because it was nominated, they could say, you see, Remedy did the right choice by getting away from Xbox.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? So fuck you, Jeff Keighley. You ain't playing me out, motherfucker.
It's like no matter what
you
happens,
nominated Alan Wake 2.
No matter what happens, they're gonna find a way to throw shade at Xbox.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, Alan Wake 2 is a masterstroke. Why? All of a sudden? And you're gonna tell me Alan Wake 1 wasn't? Get the fuck out of my fucking face.
This pissed me off earlier. Polygon put out an article praising Quantum Break, and so I responded saying, "Nah, you don't get to do that 7 years later." When the Xbox community was saying that game was great in 2016.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. We can't
Listen,
get away with those false narratives. That's the whole point.
The only thing we heard with Alan Wake 2, Quantum Break was the game is only 9 hours long, and then the movie looks like
don't forget the checkerboard. Don't forget that checkerboard resolution nonsense.
Right, and then the checkerboard resolution. Yes, on the hair, on his hair.
When every last PlayStation game has checkerboard resolution, and every last PlayStation game is 9 hours long. Come on,
E-Rock.
Let me get one in.
Go ahead, Zink.
E-Rock.
Let me get
God of
one more
War
in.
3, remember? Remember when God of War 3 came on PS3? That shit was 480. It was 480p when you played the game. And then the cutscenes were 720, and they were praising the shit out of it because the game looked phenomenal. It did.
David Jaffe, God of War 3 looks like a painting. You got to see it.
Right. Hey, Hebot, how about this one? Rise, it has too many QTEs. Hey, what is Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah. But here's the difference. Hold on. Put you out of the goddamn lie. Here's the fucking difference. Go play Rise, Son of Rome. On hard. I guarantee you it will bust your ass. No QTs and there's no color coordination. You gotta do it based off the animation and your own reaction and reaction time. This shit is hard as fuck. It's a fantastic counter combat system. I told people time and time again.
The QTEs were only for the executions. That's
right, but not even E-Rock, because when you play it on hard, E-Rock, you can't see them. You gotta figure it out.
Take them away.
Yeah, I beat it on hard. And
exactly. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
But that was the narrative. The narrative.
Right. No, I know exactly. And also that it was 900p, even though it was the greatest looking game that whole generation, practically.
Yes.
Right. So I know exactly what you mean. So anyway,
Russell Room still holds up, nigga, today. Shit.
oh hell yeah! Oh fuck yeah! You see the clothes, the material. It's like Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity is one of the prettiest looking game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Ever seen. That
Hey,
shit
Unlimited.
looks
What's
crazy.
up?
Adidas 20 is back with his shit again.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. For
what
the
do you do? What
super
do you do?
chat. He said third-party games picked to block Xbox. Yeah, exactly.
Adidas is right on money with that.
Oh yeah, they do, but they're gonna regret that going forward because the only company paying the big dollars is them. So there's not gonna be a choice. Sony ain't gonna be able to pay that bill, and Nintendo definitely doesn't pay the bill because they just like pushing their shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sony can't even play their own employees, man. So
They show niggas the door, like, yo, man.
yeah.
So
Take my man.
you're stupid. He ain't shit.
Hey,
Unlimited, you
hold
ain't
on.
shit. You ain't shit.
Ebot
Unlimited, you
talking all this
ain't shit.
shit. Let me get one in. Hey, Connie Booth. Hey, get the fuck out of here. How
Oh,
about that?
Yep.
Yeah, Connie Booth. Hey, goodbye. Oh, but I did all this work. You didn't do nothing. You're giving us games that have point of sales, and that's it. We need games with recurring profit, like Xbox told you guys over 20 years ago.
yeah.
Hey, Connie Booth, goodbye.
Right.
Reminded me of what Sean has with that video of a bunch of the PlayStation people throwing Sean.
That was so funny.
Right.
Dia, I actually had to pull over when I saw that shit. I literally
That shit
pulled
funny.
this out of it.
Look, I'm gonna end with this real quick, because I gotta go pick up my son. I'm gonna end with this. The bottom line is this: gamers play games, not awards, not magazine articles, not Metacritic scores, not what the fuck I have to say.
Not Twitter.
Others Inc. or Twitter or Twitch or TikTok or whatever the fuck. Gamers play their own experiences by playing the games. That's why Hi-Fi Rush couldn't get shunned, because it was stealth released. The media couldn't get their dirty hands on it and intoxicate it and fuck with it. It was the gamers that got their hands on it first. That is the metric that Microsoft got to keep practicing more often with more games going forward. Once they do that, they will kill the narrative with the media, and they're going to fuck them so hard up the ass, they're not even going to feel their own butthole. Okay? That's what's going to happen. They're going to be so numb, they're not going to be able to feel their own butthole. Okay? That's what Microsoft needs to do, and play their game at their own level. Keep stealth releasing, keep not giving them access to shit early. When they say, can we get a copy? Sorry, we still ain't finished the game, even if it's fucking finished. Fuck the media. The media, they don't need them. Microsoft doesn't need media. They don't need Nintendo. They don't need Sony. Microsoft is running the fucking show. And if you don't fucking like it, too fucking bad, suck their fucking asshole, and then they'll fart in your mouth. It's that easy. Okay?
He gets like Borat when he gets mad.
Nah, bro. Fuck that bullshit.
God damn.
So
Yeah, man.
I love you guys. I'm gonna get going. Love the chat. Shout outs to y'all. Love you guys. Keep it going. I gotta go get my son, and we'll talk soon. And please, if you don't mind, just check out my video, see what I have to say a little further in depth with cursing, raunchiness. I do it all. You know how it is. You'll have a little fun. And if you don't, give it a thumbs up. Thumbs down, doesn't matter. I don't care. It's all good publicity. God damn it. So I'll see you guys soon, okay?
Okay.
Peace,
be safe
Ebot.
out
Damn,
there.
I thought I was vulgar. I thought I was vulgar back in the day, but
Yeah,
damn,
man.
Hebot got me beat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Ebot
about
ain't
turning
shit.
this show into like y'all know the
Yeah.
aristocrats joke.
Go ahead, fucking,
That's what he about turning this shit into, man.
fucking snuff porn. God damn.
Yeah,
Bro.
man.
Let's go ahead, Unlimited Man. Send us home.
Yeah. Hey, Adidas with a super chat again. He said, Pearson, Kid Smooth, having a marketing meeting.
Oh wow.
Man. Hey, dude. And see, man, I appreciate it. Well, you guys know. I appreciate the chat, man. Everybody. I saw a new dude. I never saw. Just Unlimited highlighted him. Some new guy. Well, what's his name?
Is it
Censorship Too.
Yeah.
Never saw him in my life.
Hello,
You know-
censorship too.
Yeah, and 100
Yeah.
was clowning 10:30 p.m. on Saturday Central Time.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, I love the chat. It was some good stuff in the chat, but everybody was rolling today.
Yeah. Y'all were fantastic tonight, but we can't have shows these long all the time.
It was big.
You know.
I knew it was gonna go long because there was so many people.
Yeah,
And
it plus it's
thank
been a
you for
little
going
while.
off. E-Rock, thanks for going off. You and Dia, I enjoyed it seemed like I'm laid back in the chat, just chilling, listening to a good ass show of something that I agree with. There's something that's legible and not full of shit. That's what I like most about hanging with this group, New Legals group, 100's group, people that don't play that bullshit and like Wilkins, Gogo Poe, and all of these guys that go through the chats that, sometimes I don't comment because I'm like, I go off and I be really toxic and won't back down. These guys are over there throwing Fifth Ward beads on everybody, dude. It's amazing to see.
Yeah. The chat continues to be just absolutely amazing. The panel was absolutely spectacular as well. Shout out to Sega Man and Tuck who had to go to work and everything as well. But you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for joining what's probably the longest episode of this show, The Unlimited Truth.
Xbox All In edition.
Yeah, the Xbox All In edition. Yeah. By the way, December 14th, Wednesday, December 14th, we're going to do our own game of the year.
Oh wow!
Much about our favorite games.
I'll be ready.
Yeah, for the panel and the chat, start thinking about your favorite games. Probably about no more than 5. We've got solid 3 to 5 list, and then
if it's a big group, keep it to 3 because that way we.
No, dear, it got to be 6 games. We could abbreviate.
No, because
if
it's
going to be that
number,
long, then. Yeah, I'm gonna start charging you to be on this show. If that's the case.
he about will come in here with a list of 90 games, man. We'll be over there like
the history, the future, the present.
Yeah.
Look, the shit ain't came out yet.
But yeah, so if the Game Awards won't celebrate Xbox, we are.
Yeah.
So with that, guys, you guys have a great week, and we are out.
All right.
Bye.